Okay. Should work, right? Let's hope. It does. Awesome. Oh my god, this is killing me. Stop it. Great. If I echo in there, I'm sorry. Streaming events. Perfect. I am going to put up, which one? How about 2024 upscaled? That's crazy. Perfect. This should work. We'll see how that goes. If it doesn't work, I'm sorry. I just needed a little bit of company while I do this because it's driving me bonkers. Welcome, inside stories from in the world of gaming, whatever. I'm animating what I have to do. I've made a huge mistake. And this is the problem with this. I made a huge mistake in that when I set this up, you'll see, well, maybe you won't. You should. Her head animates separate. Let me zoom in on this. Let me zoom in on that. So around her neck right here, you'll see this is what I'm talking about. Around her neck, see how it shifts off? That's one problem, but that's not a biggie. That I can fix. The bigger problem is when I apply lighting effects. And hold on, where are you? When I apply lighting effects to this, oh boy, does it throw it off. Because, actually you can see it here, I think. Yeah, you can see it. It looks like she has a freaking scar around her neck, and I can't stop it. So you see how this has the lighting effects on the collar? Oh boy. So now when no lighting effects, she's fine. But when you put lighting effects in, she has this halo around her neck. And of course, why is my fan kicking on like crazy right now? Please stop. What did I do? Oh my god, my fan just kicked on. It's a ghost. All right, so what I have to do now is I had to make a different head altogether. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm in here making a different head. Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. I'm chopping her head off. Because I have to. And this, again, keynote. Hey, if my friends are here, make sharp point. If my Yale friends are here. Hey, Sonic, how are you? Real Sonic is in. I am not upscaling. Sorry, it says upscaling, but I'm not. I've made a huge mistake, and I'm trying to correct it now. Make sharp point. I have to cut this woman's head off. Make sharp point because I did this backwards. Make sharp point. I just want to have a record of what I'm doing because I've had a lot of people say that I'm using AI for my stuff, and I'm like, I'm doing this. I have a record of it. If you want to check the record, just go on YouTube. I'm doing these by hand. Make it sharp point. So what I did, I made a mistake by making her head. How's things going, Sonic? How are things in your neck of the woods? I'm not going to say where you are, but hopefully things are okay over there. Hopefully you're thriving and not being worked to death. All right, let's move that. I'm getting this. Oh, I think we can get her. Oh, fudge. Let's do that. So here's what I'm doing. I'm doing this. Oh, and I did this backwards, didn't I? I'm batting 1,000 right now. Can I break this open? I should be able to break this. Let's see. Can I break this? Divide path. Thank you. God dang it. Perfect. I have to do it this way. Make sharp point. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a mask. That's what I'm doing here. This is a mask. But this is really kind of a cool mask. So you're looking at these edges of this character. When you look at them, you're like, ooh, they're all rough and jagged because they're hand-drawn by pencil. I am just okay. I'm winding down for the night. I have to work at 7 a.m. Ye gods. That's a lot. Hi, Christy. How are you? I'm working on upscaling a character for an animation I'm working on. Who did this? I have a good night, Neil. Hope to see you during the day. All right, Sonic. You have a good one. Again, you're my voucher that I do this by hand. If anybody asks you, did he do these? You, by law, have to tell them yes. I did these by hand. That's why I keep you around, Sonic. Anyways, you have a wonderful night. Thanks for popping in, as always. Yeah, so I am trying to create a decent enough outline. I'll show you what I'm going to do. Make sharp point. I think I got most of this. Let's see. I just have to do make sharp point. Make sharp point. I should only have to do this once. But knowing me, I will probably do it more than once. What I have to do is I'm drawing around her. And you see the blue lines? I just want to see what I'm doing. Will do, my friend. Yeah. Take care of yourself. Stay cool if it's too hot. And if it's not too hot, then fur up. Is that what they say? I have no idea. Get some booties on. Get the money's worth out of those boots. Okay, here's what I'm doing. I made a blue line. I can make it any color line. I can make it green. I can make it whatever color. I just want it to pop out so I can see it against the background. So I'm going to zoom in. Can I zoom in any further? Yes, I can. Wow, that's getting very close. And when I move this in, what are we doing? I'm going to make that semi-transparent. Whoa, I am way off. Hold on. God dang it, that is way off. And I know I'm doing this to myself. You don't have to stay here. I just wanted to show others what I'm doing and how I do it, how I make these animations. This is a lot more work than I'm used to because I screwed up. I made a big old mess up, and now I have to deal with it. If anybody's interested in the screw up, I'll let you know, but it's just me jumping ahead too quickly. And you can see it. You can see some of it here. You can see the outline is a little bit chunky. That's not fully what the problem is, but it's kind of what the problem is. All right, hang on. I just want to get this outlined, and you can see this is, I'm using a brush that is slightly, it has some artifacts, like it looks like a dry brush. If you look in, it's a little bit sloppy because I want to try to match the pen work. I know. No one's going to see it. This is going at 12 frames a second. No one's going to see this. Or 24. It's double 12. All right. Let's say make editable. Make sharp point. This is how the freaking sausage is made, right? Nobody wants to see this. Oh, wait, what happened? Oh, thank God. I thought I got taken down. Like, did I say something wrong? Am I saying, how the sausage gets made gets you taken down? All right, so that is there. I'm just going to try to get close on these. This is a sharp point. Come on. I just want to get close to the outline because I'm going to mask that anyhow. Whoop. And all I'm doing, this, I usually do this for high-res art, but I'm doing it for this art as well. I guess that's fine. And you'll see when I get into director what the problem is. Not director, good Lord, director, what is this? 2000. Macromedia is still around. Macromedia Director is still around. Flash is a thing. Oh, shoot. It's telling me to do my... What is that called? Duolingo? Great. Hold on. Hold on. I'm making a mask. This doesn't look like a mask, but it is a mask. Encourage your viewers to share your live. I don't know why these keep cutting out. It's driving me crazy. All right. So this goes, hold on. And then we're going to say make sharp point. This goes around this way. Hold on. This is a mask. I'm making a mask right now. This is how masks are made. Good. Make sharp point. Make sharp point. I am doing a mask all the way around this piece. Make sharp point. You don't really need to worry about this. Whoop. Make sharp point. Make sharp point. It is a sharp point already. What am I? Make sharp point. The reason I'm doing this is because I just need company. Close path. All right. So now, what did I just do? I'm going to color fill that with black. So you can see what I did. I'm masking this. There you go. I just want her head exposed. That's it. I just need this person's head. I can see that there's some work that needs to be done around the outside here. That's fine. Just a little cleanup work. The green line is going to be black, so I don't have to worry about that. Move this in like that. Make this a sharp point. Whoop. Okay, so once this is done, close that. We have this little beam going out. A little beam. Great. So her head now has, her head's been knocked out. I knocked out her head. Great. That's awesome. I'm going to move this over so it closes that gap up. And then I've got to put a shape in there just to mask that as well. It's a little close. Make editable. This one just has no line around it. Okay. Perfect. So this is a mask. This is a fake mask that I just built. So let's make that 100%. Get this out of here. I don't need to do animation with this. Opacity 100%. This needs to be blue then. So her head is knocked out. Then I got to take this and make the line black. You can see I made a little bit of a mistake around her neck here. Make editable. Hold on. Great. Make this a little, cut that off there. I'm almost done. Great. So now her head is cut out. Perfect. I did it. I cut off her head. Great. Now I can duplicate that. I can just duplicate that. I'm doing that with, here's the head part. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut her head off. Ready? Let's do this. Highlight all this, copy, preview. Sounds great. New. Select all, copy. Delete. We'll put that here. Perfect. So now I'm going to crop this down. This will make sense in a second. And now you see I've masked her head completely off. Perfect. Then we'll remove background color. Okay. So now she's missing a neck. You're like, what the heck is that about? Copy. There's her neck. All right. So now we're cooking with gas at the moment. I think I can take off this Simpson upscaled. I don't think anybody's going to join this, so I'm going to get rid of this blank. And then just do this. And put me in the corner. There we go. That makes a lot more sense to me. All right, so now if I make the background of this slide, color fill. Great. So her head is probably where it should be. I'm guessing. Let's find a neutral. Do I have a neutral? Hold on. Let's find her in a neutral pose. Hold on. Neutral. I gotta have a neutral pose. That's a side profile. Okay, here we go. Now she's sad in that one. This one's good. Okay, so I think her head's a little small. Looks a little small to me. So let's bring this one to the front. It's way small, jeez. Way small. Okay. 605 by 41. That's not going to help me at all. Okay. Her head does move a little bit. Her nose should stay the same. Hold on. I think that's close. Hang on, let's see. That's close. Let's move it up. How far off are we? We're like a pixel off. Shoot. We are just a pixel off. Hang on. This is 884. Let's make this 88. That's 882. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, I guess we were 2 pixels off. Perfect. We got it. Hi, driver of Dado. Dadu? Driver of Dadu. Dadao. Okay. So we've got her talking now. Great. Am I even... Okay. Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh my God, don't switch. Please help me. Find me eCam. Where are you, eCam? Bring to front. Bring all to front. Oh, you freaking jerk. It does this every so often. It just disappears the thing I need more than anything in the world. It just puts it away, so I can't see it anymore. Okay, here's the deal. There, I just wanted to zoom in on that. Hello, Valkyr 1. Welcome. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to, I've got 2 slides, and I'm working between them. What I've done is here, I had an issue with my, in Director, not, God, why do you keep saying Director? In DaVinci. In DaVinci, when I was animating this, the head is off there. It's supposed to be. But in the early parts, let's see if I can zoom in on that. So this is what I was working on, right? So when she's in this pose, that's fine. That's totally legit. But when I add lighting effects, because it's separated, the neck cast, like there's no head there, there's just a shirt. So the lighting effects get cast on her, cast there. So I had to bring up the head high enough. So I created a new, this thing. See, this is where it was before. So I created a neck. And now I've just affixed a head to that neck. So I'll make the background no fill. Perfect. So here's the thing. First one, second one. First one, second one, first. So duplicate. 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 And here's the other thing I did, right? There. We got 8. We got 8 of them now. Hello, Banzalex. Why does everybody have the... I can't read. Ben... Bonsai Lex. Bonsai Alex. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Bonsai Alex. You're not even here anymore. You left because I butchered it. Welcome, Bonsai Alex. The way TikTok allows me to stream is bonkers. Okay, so here's what I'm doing. Let's go. I've got the 2. I've got the neutral face. That's M. Hold on. That's M. Text. We'll make this white. Great. I know that's M. Copy. What do you think this one is? That's got to be... What letter? What letter do you think that is? It's not F. It's not L. It's not going to be woo or O, I can assure you of that. Nope. S, nope. Grin, E. Wow, were these updated? Holy cow, these were totally updated. Thank God I'm doing this. Holy cow, thank God I'm doing this. Okay, so it's blinking and blinking. So that's neutral. And then we had, I don't know what this one is. This might be an artifact from an earlier version. Good Lord. So grin, that. Let's see if I have the newest. That's F. It is, that's a crazy grin. And this is a crazy E. Let's see if that looks like the E that I have. You don't have to stick around. I'm just doing this because I have to. What does my E look like? Is that close? Oh, wow. No, it's different. It's different. It's different. Shoot, that is different. You can see because this one has a bottom lip on it. And that one doesn't. And they're both E's. Mother. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I gotta put all these in a folder now. Mother. Versioning. I tell you what. It's gonna be the death of me. New folder with 7 items. Great. Old mouth shapes. Okay. Let's go back here. God dang it. I got to export every one of these. So you get to see that. It's pretty cool, though. Ready? This is E. So now I get to go export. Quick export as PNG. Normally I would do these in layers, but I cannot. That's E. And I should do these in order with A. Is A different? I don't care. I'm going to export them all. Oh my God. Export. Quick. There's got to be a shortcut for this. Quick export as PNG. This is A. So we have AE. That's a hair flip. AE. What comes after E? It's F. There's F. Export. Quick. If any Photoshop people are out there, tell me how to do that. How to quickly export as a PDF or PNG. F G H I J K L. L is the next one. There we go. Export. Quick export as PNG. This will teach you how to animate. I'm teaching you how to animate. L. M. We already have M. Did I export M? Nope. Oh, God. Quick export as PNG. I wish there was a way to do that. Then it's N. Now it's going to be weird because there is no N, but I think S. That's N. Trust me. That's N. When you make an N, your tongue is at the top of your mouth. So I'm going to export this as an N. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Export PNG. V. N. All right. Nobody else is joining. That's fine. N. O. There's O. Quick export as PNG. V. O. Cancel. O. P. Q. R. R is not in here, but I usually have R as that's N. That's S. This will be S. S. We'll make this S. Okay, export. Export as PNG. V. S. Do not ask me if I want it. Oh my God, do I want to overwrite it? Cancel. God dang it. And there's a W as well. Fudge. 1 second. It's old mouth shapes. LMNO, old mouth shapes. Perfect. Save. Now it will save it. STUVW. This is whoa. Export. Quick export is PNG. Hello, Mandy. Oh my gosh. You get to see behind. I'm so happy to see you. I love your new series. I think it's great. I love that you're live streaming. I love your animated series. You're freaking awesome. And again, I asked you if you wanted to do a voice. I just was going to say, if you wanted to, that's killer. But if not, thank you for joining anyhow. This is W. Whoop. So this is Shay. She is a waitress who is talking about minimum wage laws. It's good. It's like a modern day, what is it called? Schoolhouse Rock. So that's WXYZ. I don't think we have any more. That's a smile, which I have. That's a neutral, which I have. Her head's gone. I think we have, okay, 1. Ooh, that's bad. There's transparent in that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there should be 1 more arm. Oh, I hope he didn't merge it. It's merged. So that's 5. You know what? I'm going to export that too. Quick export is PNG. You get to see what I'm doing. I'm masking everything out. V. This is arm smoking. Perfect. So here's what I'm doing, everybody. In the animation itself, and Mandy, if you're still there, God bless you. If not, you're going to miss out, because this is how I can share with you how I animate these things. All right. This is the issue I'm solving, because right now it does move. I think I should be able to hear this.
Well, this is my break, so you got 15.
Wait, can you hear this? Wait, hold on. Hold on, everybody. No, it's muted. No, you can hear it.
Where did you move here from?
Austin.
Oh, let me zoom in so you can see what she's doing. So I have the smoking animation, but the lighting effects are cutting off her neck. So I have to fix that.
You know Austin, Texas.
Yeah, I've heard of Texas.
Let me tell you, that's about as close to Texas as you want to get.
It's off. It's all off. Trust me, I know. I have got a bunch of these. There's the one I was working on today, Brody and the Pirates. Again, everybody here gets a sneak peek at what I'm working on. This is me working on Parallax, because I was doing these before, like...
Billionaire?
So it is a different style of animation. So this one right here. So this is just cut up.
That makes sense. You're like the Marxist little rascals.
So we got that. So then I said, okay, let me try to build it with Parallax, because who doesn't want to do that? I love making more work for myself. So in Fusion, I created this little thing, and this allows me to take this. Let's go into merge. Let's see if I can get that viewable. Can I? Come on, view this. Oh my Lord. There. Okay. This is hard to see, but you get the idea. I have it where each one of these is on a layer. So I've got the back layer. And when I move the camera, let's move this camera. Let's move this camera. It'll look like it's moving across. So let's go. Let's take a look at this side of the screen so you can see what I'm doing. Oh, where are you? Right there. So when I move this, it should move. I'm hoping. Did it not move? Hold on. Render should be in the first screen. I'm going to move it very far over so you won't even see the mailbox anymore. 5, 4, 3, 2. Are you not showing me? Not in front of my friends right now. Well, that's pretty fancy. I don't know why it's doing that. It should show you what is rendering. I can't do it with the out, right? No. Anyways, it's just a parallax animation that I'm doing. Great. I can't even show it to you. You'll see it when it's live. All right, but back onto Maze and Shay. Oh, shoot, I'm going to be in a video tomorrow for Bankrupt Barry. All right, let's go to, I got to promote that tonight. Okay, so and she's blinking. So here's the other part. Her eyes are off color because the lighting messes with everything. So what I have to do is I have to flatten these animations out. So here's classic. Making more work for myself, right? I hate it. So here's what I'm doing. I'm in animate. I just made a bunch of new graphics. They're all right here. They should be here, right? So, I got one more step. It's right here. So this is the neutral mouth. So we've got the M, then neutral. I'm going to move that to the top. This is M. We'll move, whatever. Good Lord. I'm sorry, everybody, that you have to deal with this. I'm doing this on the fly. Oh, fudge, please. Copy. Neutral. Who is texting me on? Nobody. That's neutral. That's M. This is going to be A. E. Wait. A, B, C, D, D. I might have a D in there. E. This is going to be F. G, H, I, J, K, L. M. N. O. S. And W. Ooh, W, right? I think that's all of them. And then this will be smile. Great. So these are completely knocked out. So here's what this is. This is where I've done, I've created this mask. I've applied it here. And so now the whole background of this should be nothing. There's no fill. These are all transparent backgrounds. So what I should do is take her arm off. I should take her arm off. Good Lord. Where's her arm? Left arm down. Body. Right? That's what we should have. Export. Quick export is PNG. Arm down. I'm just doing that for now because I'm going to mask this and call it something else. All right. New slide. No background. Again, I have you here because I'm going to be bored out of my mind doing this because this is my mistake. Please. There it is. I've made a huge mistake. I should be streaming to the name of it, Instagram as well, but forget it. Awesome. There's our arm down. Where's my other one? This one right here. Copy. Arm down is here. Okay, so you can see that has the background, right? I'm going to remove it. Wow, that's pretty bad. Reset. That's the background gone. V. Now, here's what there's a lot going on here. Okay, so her head now has a hole in it, which is bad. But this arm can go. This mask, make editable. I know. This is why animators all die before. Every animator that's ever lived has died by the age of 28. I still have about 4 years. Let's see if I can get rid of all those. Come on. Yes. That's so cool. Okay, so now where does this go? Are you for real? How does... Okay, time out a second. I guess this goes... I feel very uncomfortable working around this area. Hold on. Hold on. Sharp point. Great. Sharp point. Almost done. Delete. 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 Make sharp point. Great. And bend. Is that good? I think we're good. All right, I think that's it. So that's masked her out. She's masked. We only have to put her neck hole in. Hello, Fire Lemon. Jeepers. Welcome aboard. I now have to put her neck back in. That right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and go copy. Wait. Is that right? No, it's not. Hang on. Send that to back. Copy. V. Yes. Who's chiming in? Who's texting me? Hold on, everybody. It's the Bauer Hour. I was just talking about you, Barry. I was just talking about you. And about the civil court case I've got. Barry promised me one thing. We're going to go to people's court. We'll both get paid out. No. So what I'm doing, Barry, is I made a pretty bad mistake with one of my animations, and now I am working to fix it. And I'm making it I'm doing it in the most confusing way possible. Okay. There is her head and neck. Great. Do me a favor. Watch. Copy, new, preview, new. Okay. There we go. Select all, copy, bring it back into Keynote, add slide, new slide, V. That sucks. That. Hang on a second. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. I have to export flip frame 7. Export to images. Trust me, I'm doing something very important. Export from 7 to 7. 7 to 7. Export with transparent background. Don't need to do that. Okay. This is going to be Shay Headless. Good Lord. I'll show you what I'm doing, Barry. It's very important. I had to give her a neck. You'll see. Barry, if you're still here. I know you have a million things. Hey, Linda Yoder. Whoa, MedGrad. Well, there's a bunch of people joining over there. Okay, so now I have this new thing. Let's go to here. Shay Headless. Perfect. That's what I was hoping for last time. So now I get to knock this out. Remove background. Reset. Remove background. Boink. All right. And no fill. So what did I do? What have I done? This is good stuff. So, okay. Thank you, Barry. I am using PowerPoint or Keynote effectively. It's the same thing. PowerPoint to make transparent graphics. It looks like it's on black, but it is not. It is just that. I have knocked it out. So it's transparent. So when I save this, so this will be frame 8. I'm going to say export to images. We're going to say from 85. Oh my God. From 8 to 8. Here's why I'm doing this. And we're going to say Shay Headless Transparent. Okay. Here's what I've Barry, this is what I made a mistake on. Okay. This is Shay, right? She's fine. But that's not the problem. Trust me, that's just 2 layers that I have on at the same time. Here's the problem. This looks to be the problem, but it is not the problem. There's a separation between her head and neck. That is not the issue. That can be fixed. The issue that I have made is that I didn't think about this. When I apply lighting effects to this character, and so you can see the lighting effects are here on her. Like, that's what I was trying to do, is try to create like a sunset kind of look for her. And it would cast on her hands as well. But because her head's cut off, the light, there's nothing there. So it shows up on her neck. So I'm like, oh crap. So when I tried to fix it, it fixed it like this. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So now it looks like she's got a Clint Eastwood hanging scar. So I'm like, I don't want to have to fix it. And then the final thing was this, when I was working on it, and I realized, oh shoot, I applied colors before I applied the blinks. So now she has 2 different blink colors. So I'm like, I screwed up. I screwed up the whole thing. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it the right way. So let's zoom back out of here. So I had, how many layers? I had 10 layers on this animation, and I got to start over. God dang it. I got to start over. So I don't start over here, though. I start over here and animate. So I dumped the entire audio in. So the audio is here in this little audio bed at the bottom. It's all there. So I've got the entire audio built. See, I'm just rebuilding. It's like the $6 million man of projects. I've had issues like this. I've had issues that are kind of like this. So the advantage of Keynote over Photoshop would be the slide function. Is that right? Here's the benefit. You ready? Keynote can build things out in vector. And the problem I have originally is this is built in Photoshop. I'm going to show you the problem with Photoshop. When you build stuff in Procreate and Photoshop, I'm going to try to do it. Let's see if it's this one. Nope. I want to get one that has just a character in it. Let's see. Is it this one? I think this will do. Yes, this is perfect. So as you can see, she's missing a neck. That's the big problem. But this, when you do aliasing or anti-aliasing, you'll get these little things all over the place, right? Like these little remnants. And they're all over. They're up here. Like, I know you can't hardly see that. But they're just artifacts, and they're all over. And sometimes they look pretty cool. They look like film grain. Vector graphics, I've been learning about that stuff. It's stuff that I should know. All right. No, don't worry about it. Dude, do not worry about it. Vector graphics are things that are, like, they were print graphics. That's how I learned about them. And then I completely, when I got out of the world of print, who cares? I didn't care about it. But now I realize, like, if you want to make anything larger, like everything that's digital, if you pull it off a website, it's usually 72 dpi. So I'm building all of these things with vector outlines. Dude, watch this. This is what I'm talking about. So you saw the artifacts, right? You saw the artifacts around these characters. I just zoomed in and showed you. So what I've done is created this mask right here. Okay, that's a mask. And you're like, what the hell is that? And let's see if I can go to, where is it? It says edit mask, but that's not what I want, is it? No. Let's just be smart about this. Make editable. There. Boom. See these little dots? Little dots around it. So that's showing me the outline of my character. That's in vector. But here's why this is important. Ready? Let's go to style. Let's go line. Okay. I just made the outline blue. So I just did that. Now, in Keynote, there's this real cool thing over here. This is why I started doing The Simpsons. Line types. So this looks like a pencil line, but you can also do something like a Simpsons line. What? Shut up. Or a chalk outline or a Sumi E outline, whatever these are, right? Here's what's cool, because I'm doing this in, oh shoot, sorry. I'm doing this in pencil, so watch. The outlines are all rough, right? They're all chunkified. But this, oh, shoot, sorry, right here. See that rough outline? It looks like, it looks terrible. Well, I just draw an outline over the top like this, and kind of make it opacity so I can see the outline of this. Hold on. Okay. Get your freaking there. Okay. And you can see this. I'm making the black line, or the outline, which is now blue. It's the blue outline. I'm making that blue outline go over the top of the mistakes. And then I will turn that line to black. So now I have a solid outline around the whole character. The whole character now has a solid outline. Not oh shoot, I have to do this. Not bitmapped at all. It's completely crisp, it's clean. So it's a clean cutout. Whereas before it had a bunch of artifacts. Now it's super clean. She does have a couple around her neck, which I just noticed, but hang on a sec, watch this. I can just go in there and go shape. Wait, why? Time out a second. I got to figure something out. That's why. Hold on. Hang on a sec. Reset. I forgot I did this. Okay. Hold on. Good Lord. This will make sense in a second what I'm doing. This is from a frame. Perfect. Great. So we have her neck in place, right? Oh, shoot. I'm so far in. All right. So I have her neck in place. I have the outline in place, right? So now, okay. I'm going to say export frame 7. Export to images from 7 to 7. 7 to 7. Okay. This is Shay body arm rest. What do you use to create the raw artwork and the characters? That's all done on this, which I can do with the top-down camera, but it's I have Procreate on here. So and again, I have other people that are working on this too. So I will, in Procreate, oh my God. I will draw, come on. I don't even know if you can see these. I'll draw characters in here and then import them right into the other thing. Good Lord, I've been drinking. I went out drinking last night with the robot guy. Let's go export. Body arm rest. Hold on, I gotta get back to freaking what I'm doing. Okay, back to animate. Hold on. Characters and backgrounds are incredible. Again, pretty much all of the backgrounds are being generated by a guy named Paul. He worked for Super Genius. He still does. Super Genius Studios. They do a lot of work in games here in town. He is a freaking unbelievable artist. I love working with the guy. It's like one of my... I've always wanted to work with him in games, and I never have. And we had to do something else in order for this to happen. So Paul's the best. So I just did... Hold on. Wait, what did I do? Oh, that's the new background. Okay, so watch. Shay, body, arm at rest. So boom. Let's put this up here. Great. Body, arm at rest. Great. Where are you showing up? Are you showing me? There you go. Whoop. This is the new... Oh, you had the new DaVinci before I did. There's a lot of weird stuff that I'm not used to in DaVinci, so you actually might be more skilled. By the way, are you feeling confident about your video tomorrow? Barry's launching a video tomorrow. Are you confident that you're good to go? It looks awesome. I watched it again today. And I'll watch it again when it goes live. Okay. So we've got our body in place. I'm going to apply a 3D key to that, and then I knock it out. There you go. Nah. It's not knocking it out perfectly, but that's okay. I'll put a shadow on the back. It'll hide it. So then we got to go into backgrounds. Where are my backgrounds? Hold on. Columns. I need the background. It's called Fanny's Alley. Okay. All right. So we've got the background, right? So now when I apply, okay, that's perfect. So now we need her head. Coming back. I feel pretty good about it. I've mostly been using FCP for shorts. DaVinci was the way too fiddly for me when trying to do precise cuts. And yeah, I can get that. It was really hard for me. You ready for this? This is going to sound so pathetic. You're using Final Cut Pro, which I used for years. And then I left Final Cut Pro to use iMovie. I used iMovie for 5 years because it was good enough. iMovie was doing all of this stuff for like Nike, like all of this like high-end work. I was just doing it in iMovie because I did it for Tektronix, Nike, who else? Didn't do anything for Adidas, but I did some presentations for Adidas, but nothing formal for them. But yeah, iMovie was good enough. And so going from iMovie, which is like going from Final Cut, which is challenging, right? It's a technical program, and it's like Premiere. I've used them both; they're fine. To iMovie, which is like it gets the job done. Going from just a screwdriver to like an entire, ratchet, like a digital ratchet set that is freaking DaVinci. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. And it just little by little, I keep adding on to my knowledge. And now I'm like doing crazy crap, which reminds me, hang on a sec, close. I got to go back here. This is what I screwed up before, right? This is what I screwed up. It's here. Open in Fusion page. That's the wrong one. Hold on. It's up top, isn't it? Hold on. I think it's right there. Open in Fusion. This is where I'm at right now. This is the stuff I'm doing on a regular basis. I think this stuff is super cool. Okay, so I just have her knocked out. Let's see if this works. If it doesn't, it's fine. It shouldn't work. This shouldn't work. What I'm going to do should not work because I just realized what I did. Open in Fusion page. You see that? It just have a pretty girl's, like, it could be a guy. I don't know. I'm not going to make it sexist, but here we go. We're going to move this down. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. All right. So just Barry, I know this looks confusing, but it's not. So this is the graphic, this thing. I could just label it like Shea Body, which I want, but I'm going to attach it to 2 different filters, and it's highlights and shadows. And then when I'm done with that, I bring this out to, I believe that's how that goes. Okay. Yeah, I screwed it up. I know I screwed it up. So you can see the lighting effects go all over. It doesn't work because when I go to transform, it's not going to transform where I want it. It's going to transform on the green screen. That sucks. See? I get ahead of myself. It looks. So the problem is this. This is what you're seeing. It's like if I apply a green screen and then do the fusion on top. This is why this is so freaking important. This is why this step is absolutely essential. So I just knocked, this is that, right? Z. Okay, I hope this is right. I hope this is right. Okay, that's 8, right? Hold on, going back to DaVinci. I'm going to pull that file that we did where we just took her head off. Hold on, list. This is very cool because you get to see all of the mistakes that I've made. Okay, so there's just the head. There we go, right? So I applied like a dope. This pink is wrong. Okay. Knocked out, that's what it looks like. Okay, now watch this. It's the same thing, Barry. Ready? By the way, I'm not even looking at TikTok anymore. I'm sorry, everybody who's on TikTok. Jeez, oh man. Linda, user, JP, alien. There's a bunch of users that are watching me. That's what they are. They're users. All right, open Infusion page. The same exact thing, right? Boom, put that in there. I'm going to attach that to highlights and transform. Get ready. Woo, woo, whoop. All right, so now I'm going to move. Oh, what the heck did I just do? Oh my God. Okay. Video out. Get rid of that. Boom. Shadows go in here. Okay. Now you see what I'm talking about, right? So now when I hit transform, I've got lighting effects set for all my characters. I can do it on the, there we go. I want this on the front like that. Let's see what that looks like. I gotta get rid of this thing right here. So now you can see that it has the, oh shoot, you can't see it right now. It has a really nice looking like light on the top, but I think I might still have the problem with the head when I attach the head. Because, you know, it's like if it's at sunset, we're going to cast a shadow on the wall of her. And that's kind of what I want to do. I want to cast a shadow on the wall of her. How do I do this? Let's go to... I did that yesterday, didn't I? I think I did that yesterday. Hold on. I got to find Maze. I got to find my boy Maze. Lights on. DaVinci's interface for color lighting effects is really different, but I like the concept. It grows on you very quickly. I get it. Okay, so I had him lit up on the wall yesterday. Why is he not lit up on the wall? Did I move him? I mean, I did this whole freaking animation. I got to do it all over again. It's not that bad because I'm just going to do it right this time. Oh my God. This is the scrap paper that I'm talking about. Let's see. Do I have... That's the arms for smoking. Yeah, I don't have his... Well, is he on timeline 1? Let's see if I have him on timeline 1. On. Whoa, those are zoomed in for sure. Holy cow, wait a minute. That's way zoomed in. Jeez. That is entirely too zoomed in. All right, I'll do that later. But I was going to cast a shadow on the backside of her. But again, you'll see before the lighting effect was being placed on everything. What I want to do is I want to see if her head will work. Hold on. I'm going to try to attach a head to this. Give me a head. That's not what I want. I want a head. Head. That's old mouse shapes. This is new. Hold on. I have a head. I know it because I took her head off in one of these. Hang on a sec. I'm just going to get her head off. Hang on a sec. Let's go back to Keynote. And again, I did the same thing earlier. I just took her... Oh, for fudge sake. Come on. Sorry, everybody. There we go. There we go. There's a head right there. So I'm just going to take this head. I'm going to copy this. Copy. New. Great. Let's go back to Keynote. I could have sworn I took... There, I did. I did take her head off. I don't know what I'm doing. Preview. No. Yes. Shay head. I'm really excited to... I got some more stuff in to work on for another animation. Like the one that has 3 million views right now. That one, we're going to be doing the next iteration of it. God dang it. What are you kidding me? It's Shay Head, right? Did that save to desktop? It did. God dang it. Shay Head. Shay Head. Perfect. That is a very big head. What, you got a problem with the big head? It's perfect. It's exactly what I want. I want her to look like innocent. So it's like a big baby's head. What am I doing here? Now it's the those guys from Beetlejuice. Okay, so one is too big. Let's see. Let's do. I want to say, give me a second. I've got another Shay. God dang it. Hold on. I got a Shay. Shay Idol. All right. Where is your head? That is way too small. Let's make it transparent. Let's zoom in so we can see what we're working on here. That is transparent. How big? Okay. Getting close. It's going to be 7. No. Hold on. Yeah, this is going to be 6, 9, if not 7. That's close, right? Hang on. That's perfect. That's spot on. That's spot on. Okay, so that head's perfect. Okay, so you can see the oh, Jesus. You can see the problem we're talking about, right? Where the lighting effects, if I apply the lighting effects, it damages everything. So hold on. That's what I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to make it 3 million. Good God. Is that on Instagram? That's on Instagram. Hold on a second. I'll see if I can find it. It's pretty crazy. This is a project I'm working on, for God's sakes. It is. It's one of my clients. It's First Stop Cosplay. I just don't want you to be like, let me go to my browser. Ignore this Winx Club wiki. I'm just looking at Winx Club. Nothing weird about that. It's freaking Barry, let me show you my Instagram. Hang on a sec. Let me get through all of this. It's Care Bears. I got a lot of Care Bear stuff. I got. Hang on a sec. Let's go. Boonk. Profile. And there it is. This one. Is that it? It says View Insights. And I know you don't like the politics. I don't. If I didn't have to do it, I wouldn't do it either. But this one has. Oh, shoot. Okay. Up in the corner. It says 2.9, right? But that's not accurate. That's just on Instagram, right? So, because this is on Instagram and Facebook. So it has, I think, 3 something across both. But yeah, and my favorite stat, I don't even think is on here. It's not. It's on the phone. My favorite stat is like, it's 3 years. People, this is a 60-second video, and it has been watched 3 years of time. Oh, I don't even care. Again, because I'm like, what my response is this. My response is like, I hit both sides. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm like, this is not me calling this person out. Like, I'm calling everybody out. So don't worry about it. If you want to see me talk about somebody else, like, let me know what you think of this video and I'll share them another video. Dude, I saw something on either TikTok or Instagram about a week ago, and it's been in the back of my head. It's been blowing my mind. It was probably over the weekend. It was somebody at a rally in complete makeup, like a man, like dressed up as a, I guess a drag. That's the proper term, right? Is drag still drag queen? Is that, yeah, yeah, because RuPaul's Drag Race. That's not, but you can call them that. Yeah, so it's a cosplayer. So there was a person in drag and they were getting screamed at by somebody. And the person screaming at them was like, "You're an affront to God." Oh, dude, yeah. It's like, "You're an affront to God. How do you know how you're just you should be ashamed of yourself." Just screaming these epithets. And the person in drag is doing a selfie of themselves with this person yelling at him in the background. And it's legit. It is a real thing. And the person in drag is like, and he goes, the person in drag says, "Listen, I want to engage with you, but I got to ask you a question first. I will engage with your questions, but you got to answer my question first." And the guy's like 47. He's it's like, and he goes, "What is your favorite pizza topping?" And the guy's like, I don't feel comfortable. He's like, "You're trying to get me." And he's like, "No, I just want to know. I want to know a little bit about you. Tell me about your favorite pizza topping." And the guy thinks there for a second. He's like, "Bacon." He's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa." He's like, "Bacon? Wait, time out. Like, is that Canadian bacon, or is it just bacon, or is it bacon one of the things?" And he's like, "Well, I like a couple things." He's like, "What kind? Like, what do you like your bacon? What kind of pizza?" And the guy talked to him for seriously, it was about 45 seconds about his pizza and got him completely derailed. Totally derailed him from his anger, right? And then the guy was out of gas because he knew the drag person was just a normal guy. They both enjoy pizza. He was treating him like a freaking normal person. And the guy who was screaming at him was done. He's just like, "Yeah, whatever." Like, that's it. I'm like, all you need to do is like let them know that they're heard, they're understood. You're a person, I'm a person. If we can get down to that level, I feel like that with my videos. That if I can get them down to that point of like knowing that we're both just people, like we can do a lot more if we just talk through some stuff. Like, I don't want to be fighting with people. Like, I spent my whole life fighting with folks. Mainly the Jews. No, I'm just kidding. The liberal Jew-run media is what I mean. No, I have no problems with 99% of people. It's the ones who want to, like, take the smiles away from other people, or the ones that want to hurt other people. That's the ones I got problems with. That's what I save my ire for. All right, let's try this one more time. Yeah, man, again, I couldn't believe it. I watched that video and I was like, my slack-jawed over how quickly he diffused that situation. I hope you're laughing at my liberal. Like, that's a very, very tough joke to pull off these days. Like, it's a joke. All right, so here, see what I just did? I did the same exact thing. I applied the same exact highlight. Look at that. It pops. You see this? It's like a sun effect right on the side of the face. It's a fake highlight, right? And if you do it too far, you'll break it. I can break this. Let me try to break it. Okay, so I take transform, and I transform the lighting effects, because here's what I'm doing. I have shadows, and, oh, you can't see that. Shadows and transform. But you can see how I can pull. It starts to break it if you pull it too far off. But if you just do a little bit, looks pretty good. Pretty good. And if you want to make the shadows a little bit darker, so I can bring the gain down on that, and it's like, whoa. So you can do a nighttime effect, right? Where you have like lighting. It's pretty freaking cool. I tell you what. The best part about this, and the reason why I use this all the time, is because I don't have to render anything. It does it on the fly. So when I jump back over here, that sucks. Oh, that sucks. Why are you doing that? I think you see the problem. There's a big bounding box around this. Why is there a big bounding box around you? Oh my God, this is going to blow. Yeah, so here's the problem that I'm having. there's a mask on this. And I could crop it, but it's not gonna solve any problems here. It's her hair. That's the problem. Her hair's causing the problem. Because the bounding box goes completely to her hair. So here's what I need to do. I need to, and this is why I do it this way. So I'm going to go back into to both of these. I'm going to go into, God dang it, stop it. Oh my God, get out of there. I'm going to go into Fusion. Watch this. I'm just going to go goodbye. Boom. That's that. Great. That one's done. Go back in here. Go into Fusion panel. Good night. Boom. Done. Okay. So now she looks totally fine. Let's hope, right? There's a little gap under her neck, which I have to fix. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to animate it like this. But this is going to blow your mind. That's too small. Okay. So what I have to do, oh my God, get out of here. And again, you should do this for your berry. You should do this for one of your berry videos so I know what you're doing. So I know, because I could probably learn something from that too. Okay, so now we got all that done. Let's go into animate. Boom. Let's go into Shay. Oh, this was the problem. Hang on. I can do this. So we're going to do this in order. Ready? I hope you can see this. I really do hope you can see this. 1 second. Okay. We start with neutral. Where's neutral? Does she not have neutral in here? I don't have neutral in here. I'm going to punch myself. Why do I not have neutral in here? I had it. There it is. That is enormous. That's the screen's not that's just enormous. 50%. That is huge. Why are you so huge? Oh my God, properties. 4,000. That's crazy. My keynote is set for super high res. Okay, so that's neutral. What's different than this one? Hold on. What is different between these two frames? She's frowning in that. Oh, she's just a head in that one. Is she just a head in any of these? All right, here we go. Here's what we're going to do. See that? See you later. I don't need you anymore. So in the first frame, we're going to do neutral. Here we go. Boom. Awesome. Just okay. Replace the existing items. Perfect. 1920, 1920. Boom. That is neutral. This is insane. Get ready for it because it's going to blow your mind. Get ready. It's going to blow your mind. I can't remember what I'm doing. We have to go into modify and create a symbol. Symbol. Create a freaking symbol. Shay, mouth, movements. Why in the God's name is that a naming convention? A symbol. It's dumb. It's dumb is what it is. Okay, so we're creating a symbol. This is basically a series of animated shapes. And so so dumb. It's a symbol. Why do you call it that? Adobe Animate. Insert keyframe. Great. Insert keyframe. So we're making keyframes for each mouth movement. That's A, E. Insert keyframe. This is F. Insert keyframe. This is L. Insert keyframe. This is M. Insert keyframe. This is N. Insert keyframe. This is S. Insert keyframe. This is O. Insert keyframe. This is W. Insert keyframe. This is smile. Insert keyframe. This is just idle. That's a lot of keyframes. It's a lot more than we need. Okay, get ready. So we did A. There's A. Oh, you freaking jerk. Hang on a sec. God dang it. A. Replace existing items. Great. That's A. This is E. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. E. This is F. I gotta have F in here. I think I got them all. F. JK. L. Let's go M. This is N. O. I know it's a lot of, it's, oh wait. It's M. Wait, did we do M? That's M. N. I have an N for her. N. I know it doesn't look like an N, it is. O. Should be an R as well. N and R are the same mouth movement. In all of my animations, they shouldn't be, but they are. It's my style. It's my signature. O, P, Q, R, S. T, U, V, W. Okay. I think that's it, right? And then I have one more, but I won't use it because it's a full. I'll try grin, right? Grin? Aw, it's nice. Wait. Wait. I think I just doubled up. Yep. W, and then this is grin. Stop. Grin. Sweet grin. Replace. Okay. I know this is a big pain, but we just did this, right? Let's go to properties, object. This is 1920. Select all. This is something I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to create a keynote that is not blown out of freaking the water. Because these are enormous. It's overkill for what I'm doing. And it could blow this program up because it's Adobe. All right, hold on. This is like, you're like, what the hell? Why are you doing all this? Again, dude, this took me, this was my first job out, like my first real job in games was doing animation for highlights for children and doing lips syncing. We had an application, an internal application called Lips. This is pretty much the same exact thing. 25 years later, it's the same thing. Good job, Adobe. You're crushing it. This should be, with all of the shows on like Cartoon Network and Adult Swim, this should have been like their #1 responsibility. Okay. Smile and then frown. Frown. All of these things. Great. So here, let's go. Hold on. No. Let's go arrange, send to back. There we go. Perfect. That's the difference in size between these two. That's crazy. So this is the size of my art. That is the size. This is the size of my art. Oh my God. Because I'm building these out in 4K for some crazy reason. I don't know what's wrong with me. So arrange, send to back. So mine is in 4K. Come on, you can do it. Don't be a jerk. Send it back. That is the standard size. That's like 720p. Oh my God. I'm overkilling this like crazy. Arrange, send it back. I'll create a new document. There we go. Send it back. I don't even need to do this really. I don't need to do this. So there's my shapes. My shapes are in there, right? And they're good. They're fine. Perfect. Okay. So now I go insert. Oh, sorry. I'm done with that. I go back to my timeline. I've got my audio there. Here we go. Now I'm going to say lip syncing. We've got neutral. That's that one. We've got A. This is why I do this. You see, A, D is N. I made a mistake there. F, N. That's N. E is E. F is, okay. F. L is L. M is M. O is O. This is also N. R is also N. S is here, and is that, and woo is that. Great, done. And then we let it chew. It's chewing. This is why it's a problem, because it's so huge. Have you ever pitched something to Adult Swim? Yeah, dude, I had a great thing I pitched to Adult Swim. I had a great thing that I pitched. It's the same. I pitched the same thing. It was so great. I pitched it to both Fox and Cartoon Network and Adult Swim. No one took it. You ready? It's great. It's great. It's brilliant. It's the smartest thing I ever thought of. So, this is going to be way out there. There was a game system called the Neo Geo Pocket. It was like 2000, right? It was the year 2000. Neo Geo Pocket. It's a little handheld device. It's fine. For what it was, it's fine. But it had a game on it called Card Fighters Clash. It was SNK versus Capcom. Oh, are we done already? No, that can't be. Yeah, hold on. I wonder if I have to do this. 1 second. Hold on. Insert frames. Let's see if this works.
Well, this is my breaks.
You suck. Okay, hang on a sec. Let's try that again. Clear frames. No. Clear all frames. Clear frames. You are terrible. Bring in the shape. Object. Dock. Bring in Shay mouth movement, please. Oh my God. You just killed it. Just killed it. I haven't saved it. Yes. Create. Shay. Good Lord. Good job, Adobe. Yes. Good Lord. It just crashed the entire freaking thing. I killed it. Okay. So SNK Card Fighters Clash was on it. And what was the coolest thing about that is I was into Street Fighter. That was it. That's all I knew was Street Fighter. And hang on a sec. Animate. It's freaking ridiculous. So when I played Card Fighters Clash, I had no idea who these SNK characters were, and I had no idea who the other Capcom characters were. Now I knew who Mega Man was. That's easy. I knew, but I had Zangief in there, and you're like, oh, I knew Zangief. He and I go way back. Hang on a sec. Let's go to delete layer. And delete that layer that I just made because I screwed it up. Shay, you freaking jerk. There. Let's go. Hang on a sec. 50. I don't have to do the resize. Properties. Hold on. Boop. Boop. Great. Okay. Now I got to go to the end of this. This is what I made a mistake on. I have to go. This is how antiquated it is. It doesn't even know how long I want this animation to go. It's dumb. Insert frame. So I have to build out all the frames first. How crazy is that? I need to know how many animated frames I'm going to need. Okay. And then we go to assets, properties. What do we got here? And then I say object. Where's, you got to be kidding me. Hold on. Insert layer. I'm going to punch this thing in the heart. Shay mouth movements. Boom. Align. Doot. Doot. Then we say properties. Lip syncing. We already did all this. We don't have to do it again. There's no audio layers. You're a liar. Oh, you freaking jerk. It doesn't recognize this as, this is the problem. This thing is a freaking piece of junk. Insert layer. Library. It doesn't recognize this as, after the crash, it doesn't recognize that as an audio file. Let's go here. Try that again. Properties. Object. Lip syncing. Yeah, see, now it recognizes it as a... Good Lord. What a nightmare. We're done, right? Okay, it's doing it. All right. Sorry about that, Barry. So Card Fighters Class taught me all about the Capcom and SNK character library. And that was in 2000, which was extremely important because in the Dreamcast era, we had like Mark of the Wolves. We had a bunch of games. Heck, my big picture back there is freaking... it's Capcom versus SNK. How crazy is that? We're talking about it right now. I thought it was Match of the Millennium. But, hey, thank you, AI Joe. Good Lord. Welcome. I haven't seen you in forever. Thank you so much. I'm exporting a animated mouth. Hey, listen, Joe, if anybody, you know anybody who wants to do some voices, this is a lovely Latin individual that I cannot do a voice for. We have somebody doing it right now, but I may need to lean on the people I know who can help me out. There, it's done. We just did it. So let's see if that works. Hold on.
Well, this is my break, so you got 15 minutes.
Okay. So now what we have to do, we have to export that as a video. And that goes to, we're going to do this. It's Apple ProRes. I do not need to do that. Hang on a sec. Let's go. Hang on a sec. Hold on. It can just be general. I'm just going to do QuickTime, and I'm just going to do it standard. Default. Okay. Export. Let it go. It's creating, ready for this? Oh, it doesn't say it, does it? It did say it before. It said it was creating an SWF file. It has to create an SWF file. She does who doesn't like Orange Julius, Joe? Everybody likes Orange Julius. So it had to create a shockwave file. SWF is shockwave. Come on, Adobe, get your crap together. They bought when did they buy Macromedia? 2003? Get it together. So anyways, they have to create a shockwave file. Here's the deal. SNK Card Fighters Clash. I learned all of the SNK characters. I learned all of the Capcom characters. It was freaking awesome. They had everything from Resident Evil, which I was a fan of, to, again, Mark of the Wolves or Final Fight, games that I hadn't played. Heck, they even had Metal Slug characters in this game. So I got to learn the entire lore of their IPs. I didn't know any of them. The only company that really does this well is Nintendo. They will have them in Mario Kart, or they'll have them in Mario Party. Their IPs will play against each other, and you learn about other IPs through the games you're playing, right? And they have their own lore, like Luigi and Waluigi and freaking Wario, whatever. Resident Evil is in my top 3 games. It is a freaking phenomenal game. Resident Evil, the remake that was on GameCube, was awesome. That was the original, Resident Evil 1 that they remade on GameCube, which is insane. So good. And then Resident Evil 4 is still in my top. Resident Evil 4 is in my top 10 of all time. That's so good. But yeah, just incredible games. Here's the deal. So that was what I pitched to Adult Swim. That's what I pitched. Look at this. It looks like an error message. This looks like an error message. It's like, warning. It has been successfully created. We cannot be... What? What? Warning? Why are you warning me that it's been successfully created? That's hilarious. Which one? The original or 4? The remake on GameCube or 4? Which one was your... Oh, dude. That GameCube crushed it. GameCube crushed that. I could not believe how well they did with that. So good. Look at this. Now my Shay's offline. How great is that? Let's move you. I don't need you. I'll move you over here. We're going to turn those layers off. And I'm going to find the movie we just created. That has got to be under desktop. And that goes right there. Perfect. The remake was so good. I cannot say enough good things about what Nintendo and Capcom did with that. That was just mind-blowing. 100%. And again, it was only a few years after the first one came out in 96. And that was 5 years later. The advancements in technology in 5 years, mind-blowing. Okay. Oh, you can totally see this, Barry. Watch this. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is the problem. Hold on. Ready? Up here in the corner, you see this little guy right there? when I green screen it out, you have like, it's at the top of the screen too. There's these little artifacts that stay in there. That's why I have to knock these things out. Okay. So let's get this done. Hold on. We're going to get rid of you. Move you. Boop. And this goes here, right? I bought an old strategy guide off of eBay last year because I wanted the full experience. Oh my God. Resident Evil Village is wild. Dude. Oh, dude. Joe, you're the best. Dude, don't even start with me on the Switch 2. Actually, Joe, I'm talking with Barry on another platform right now. We have we did a little bit of a collab. It's coming out tomorrow. And I actually talk about the Switch 2 and the great job Nintendo's doing with it. They're doing so good. It's freaking ridiculous. But yeah, freaking Resident Evil is just, dude. So they did a great job with the GameCube reboot. 4 is still like, that's 5 years after that. So you had Resident Evil on a PlayStation 1996. 2001, you had the GameCube version. And then 2005, it's 4 years is when Resident Evil 4 came out. So within 10 years, like we went from 1 to 4. Mind blowing. What's my beef with Switch 2 is that Nintendo is totally taking advantage of the fact that they can upcharge. Like, first off, they're like, oh, tariffs. We can't really price it. It's the first Nintendo console that has been priced at this point. They're usually like $250, maybe $300. I think that $300 was the top. Now this one's $499. And they're saying now games are not $50 or $60. They're $70 to $80 to $90. Like, they're basically saying like, we're the only game in town, but that's not like, that's their prerogative, right? Games could get more expensive. Here's the biggest problem. Yeah, dude, I'm a Resident Evil fan all day long. My big problem is this. Nintendo went after emulators. So Nintendo went after the people that were preserving their games. Like, Nintendo does absolute jack shit to improve the experience for gamers. So emulators and people who make, platforms that will upscale their games to 4K or play their games better, like run them more efficiently. Nintendo has gone out of their way to shut them down, to sue them, to get them out of existence. And not only that, but to eliminate the ability to play games like legacy games, like they're going after ROM sites. And if you try to even mod your Switch 2, like by plugging in a USB device that's not appropriate, like it's one that can kind of bypass their security, like their the ability to upload games or whatever, like they'll brick your system. That's the problem I have with Switch. They're saying like you can buy a device, but it's not yours, because if you want to mod it or if you want to steampunk it or if you want to do anything, we can brick it. It's their most expensive machine, $500, and it's their most restrictive machine. And they're making games like ridiculously expensive. It's like, it's out of control. So Nintendo's not doing a good job. Nintendo's just doing what Nintendo does. It's every couple of years, they just go completely bananas, forget who they like, think they're the best, think that they can do no wrong. And they wind up like losing, like with the Wii U, like nobody buys their shit anymore. Okay, let's see. Why is this not showing up? Hold on. It shouldn't be turning invisible. It's making me nervous that this turning invisible. Okay. There's no audio file for this? Are you kidding me? Hold on. Hold on. Yikes. Yeah, that is bad. I have the faith. Oh, yeah. That's the thing. You can't stop it. You're not going to stop it. Like, the reason why gamers play games is because they like I broke more Atari games than I played. Like, I was like trying to get them to do things they shouldn't do. Like, if I put my tank up against this corner, it goes woo, right? Like, you look for, and that's what the whole speedrunning community does. The whole, no need, wait, I'm not a fan of the new prices. No need Mario, no new Mario. Yeah, you just have Mario Kart. Like, there's nothing. And oh, dude, here's the icing on the cake. Nintendo has done such a great job at overpricing their system that all of the game developers that were normally seeing a bump in sales, like all of these game developers that had to get their games ready for the Switch 2, are like, okay, our games are ready for the Switch 2. They are not being, like, everybody is having to dump more money into Nintendo games. So the sales numbers for all of these people, like putting in the effort, putting in the work to make their stuff compatible and all that, they're lower than their lowest expectations for sales. Like, you have to, like, okay, so we have, this would be great if it came out and we sold gangbusters. Here's our top. Here's what we'd expect based on the performance we had on Switch. And, you know, if nobody buys it, it's down here. It is there or below for these game developers. So here's where that's a problem. That's a problem because Nintendo's going to burn through its fan base. Like, everybody's buying the system now. Great. But we've seen it with the Nintendo 64. We saw it with the GameCube. We see it with everything. The lack of software gets people to be like, we need more games. I'm tired of this thing. I've spent $500 on it. It's a cycle. They just cannot service. They keep dumping on their freaking hardest core people. And then the developers aren't going to be developing for that because they're going to be developing for, like, the ROG or the Steam Deck or the new Xbox handheld console. Like, they're going to develop where their games are going to sell. So Nintendo's getting themselves into another Wii U situation. I don't know what the freak is wrong with them. I mean, if I were as rich as them, I'd retire. Like, that's it. Okay, so we got it. We got it going. There's a little blink going on behind her back. I'm not sure what that is. I think that's her. We've got a little bit off on her jacket. Let's see what we got. Let's see how that goes. Don't do that. You don't have to do that. Oh my Lord, please don't do that. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. There. Okay, everything's up against the wall. The ghastly game selection for GameCube made me lose my faith. Dude, it's been all of it. Like, I remember on my freaking Nintendo 64, I'm like, oh my God, Super Mario 64, probably, listen, Joe, probably one of the greatest games I ever played. Like, I couldn't believe, like, this is just unreal. It's worth having the Nintendo 64 for was the Super Mario 64. If you have a Steam Deck, yeah, that's the way to go. But it's like, I had that, and I got Pilot Wings. Then I got Turok the Dinosaur Hunter. And I picked up GoldenEye out of desperation because, by the way, GoldenEye was not a massive hit out of the gate. I assure you. GoldenEye was like, great, a movie tie-in game. This is going to suck. I was so desperate, I freaking bought it. I was like, anything. Give me anything and I'll buy it. Yeah, and that one turned out to be a freaking banger. Yeah, Mario 64 was unbelievable. Body Cam, best game on Steam Deck. What is that? Body Cam. No, Superman 64. Dude. God damn it. That drives me nuts. Is she talking on yours? Oh, no, I forgot to put the sound in. That's what I was doing. I was trying to get the sound. Maze and Shay. Give me a second. Media files, audio. It is 3? VoiceOver 3. I hope it's, yeah, this is it. There we go. So she has a little cough at the beginning.
Well, this is my break, so you got 15 minutes. I don't even normally smoke, but I want the whole break experience, so please don't kill my vibe.
So you can see now, the whole thing is lip sync, right?
Where did you move here from?
Austin. You know Austin, Texas.
Yeah, I've heard of Texas.
Let me tell you, that's about as close to Texas as you want to get.
I hear Austin is nice.
It's both voices.
You're funny. To answer your question, no, I did not get breaks in Texas. Employers are not legally required to offer breaks of any.
Okay, so now you can see how that works, right? Where you get that whole, it's lip sync. So now I just got to cut her up, but I got to do that twice. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I have seen that game. I know exactly what you're talking about. I didn't know that was out. I saw it as a proof of concept. Yeah, that looked really good. I want to play that 2D Terminator game that just got released. Yeah, dude, there's so many. Like, that's the problem. I just got reborn. Binding of Isaac. Yeah, Binding of Isaac had rebirth, afterbirth, and then reborn, I think are the three. I got like 1,000,000,000,000 hours out of that game. But like there are so many freaking great, like strange horticulture where you're raising freaking plants and you're like selling them to like you're getting plants from different areas. Like there's a plant game, and then there's one where you have to grind up like it's gonna make me sound like you grind up flowers. I like playing flower games. I went from Resident Evil. Now I just like play with flowers. It's the Winx Club. Can I show you my Winx Club? Wait, let me show you my Winx Club. Oh, it's not even there anymore. I can't even use my Winx Club joke. Yeah, anyways. Are we in a simulation? Dude, it's possible. I don't even, like, my sister is losing her mind right now. She's like, the world's on fire. And I'm like, do you remember that song by Billy Joel that said, it's always on fire and it's always been on fire since the world was turning? I'm like, Billy Joel started this. Don't be mad. Just kill Billy Joel. He's the guy. He's trying to distract us. It's Billy Joel who's the problem. No, but she's like freaked out about it. I'm like, dude, don't even worry about it. What are you going to do? I mean, seriously, you can be an ally for people. You can take care of people. You can make people laugh. You can teach people. You can educate them. And it's like, that's what, like, you have no power to be like, boy, I wish I was like a Marvel superhero and could like roll up all of them rockets and then throw them back on all the bad people. I'm like, dude, no, just be good to people. Or when a simulation can be created, is it possible there are be? Oh yeah, dude, I gotta hook you up, man. Joe, I gotta hook you up with another friend of mine. He always is like, this proves it. This proves that we're in a simulation. I'm like, dude, if we were in a simulation, I don't have faith. Here, let me tell you something. This is just between us guys and the 42 people that are here. I would be so disappointed if this was a simulation. And you're like, why is that? Is it because your life means nothing? I'm like, no. Because there's some species out there who wants to see me masturbate 10,000 times in my lifetime. It's like, that's the experiment? Is that what you're doing? Are you a freaking pervert society? Why do you keep wanting me to masturbate? Why can't I stop? This is on you. I take no responsibility. It's the simulation that made me do it. I was fine just being ones and zeros in an Excel. Check out some Nick Bostrom. He's the simulation theory originator. Whoa. Nick Bostrom. Does he have a TikTok? Nick Bostrom. Perfect. I will. Have you ever felt you haven't accomplished it? Dude, are you in my mind? Like, we had a conversation. Hang on a sec. I'll show you this from last night. I met this guy last night. Well, I met him before. He lives here in town. He's this robot guy, right? He makes these robots. He does the Robot of the Day cartoon. He's a real cool guy. And he was lamenting to me. He's like, yeah, I felt like I should have, like, this next job's going to do it, or this next project's going to put me up there. I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? Joe, you've brought me like, I've said this a million times. You brought me like a ton of happiness, right? Only 10,000. Barry passed out thinking that I've only masturbated 10,000 times. I mean, this month is what I'm saying. 10,000 times this month. Like, who is the pervert that's making me do this? Because if we're in a simulation, that's pretty bad. Joe, don't feel like that. Never feel like that. Like, dude, here's the thing. I've done a lot. I've done a lot of things. My wife calls me Homer Simpson because she's like, you've done all of these things. And I take great offense. I think it's a fault in me when I go to somebody like who wears a suit, who's done the same thing every day. And he's like an executive or he's a CEO, and I'm asking them for, like to give to this charity or to give to, like, to help me like start this project. And they look at this stuff and they're like, I'm not sure. I saw your LinkedIn or I saw your resume and I just don't know what you do. Like, what do you do? And I feel bad about that. And I'm like, for years I did. Like, oh shit, I'm doing a terrible job. I'm doing a terrible job of explaining what I do. I don't even know what I do. And I'm like, that's a fault of me. I'm like, no, that is a fault of that piece of shit because I do fucking everything. If you can't see that from my history, if you can't see what I've done from my history or the resume that you haven't looked at, or the 5 seconds you could just search my fucking name, that's on you, motherfucker. I don't care if you're a CEO. I don't care if you're an executive. If you can't figure that shit out, that's on you. And that's the curiosity that makes us feel like, shit, I haven't done anything. Dude, you helped me through a bunch of things. You helped me through, like, I don't know what the TikTok shop shit's all about. Help me out. Like, I'll log into you, watch it for like a half an hour and 45 minutes. And I'm like freaking laughing the whole time. That's freaking, there's not a CEO out there that's ever done that. Right? And so you're like comparing yourself to these people that do absolutely do nothing but shit on other people. And you're like, man, I should be up here. Like my merchandise should be selling this, or my music should be up here, or I should be doing this. Like, no, you're doing the things that are moving you in that direction. And what's going to happen is like that momentum and that traction that you do, like this, that's what this shit's doing, dude. Like I haven't done this since, this is the stuff I used to do in the 90s. I used to animate with this, and now I'm like, oh, somebody wants to make an animated feature. I'm like, I'll get back into it. I'll try it out, whatever. And I'm doing it. And it's because I'm providing value and a service. So, like, the thing is, I am old as fuck. And I keep going like, boy, I didn't make it. I didn't like, have a title in the, like, I've published 12 games. I've published 12 titles for indies. That's not, I worked on freaking games, but I'm like, my name wasn't like Kojima, or I wasn't like Jeff Keighley, or I wasn't part of Electronic Arts. I'm like, what's wrong with me? I wouldn't want any of that crap, but I put it on myself because I'm like, that sucks. Right? So the thing is moving in this direction, like doing what you're doing, like the thing that drives you. And again, if you're not having fun with it, back away from it for a little bit and then see where you're going to go. Cause like I'm constantly writing, or I'm like, I don't want to do that anymore. And then I'm like, I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be talking about video games. I'm going to try to sell my collection. Okay. I'm going to be doing this for like 3 months. I'm like, fine, I don't want to do this. I'm like, I'm going to clean out my garage for 2 months, and I'll go into this thing where I'm just like an OCD machine. It's like, but I don't, at the end of that, it's like, man, I just wasted 2 months going through all my crap. But like now I have like a massive amount of knowledge of what's in there because I'm like, I want to get rid of it, or I want to do something with it. And it inspires other things creatively. Like, shit, I forgot I had this animation table, or hell, I bought all these lights and I didn't even use them. Or, oh my God, I forgot we had that dog. I see a skeleton in the closet. Maybe I should get into taxidermy because he died out there. Dude, and you never punch down. You always need to push, like punch up. That's how it works, right? Yeah, dude. And that is like that energy that you're putting out there is like, it is a drain, because you're like, man, you want to feel like your part's lifting people up. And I do too. That's why I'm resonating with you right now. But the thing is, like, you feel like, oh shit, I'm giving so much of myself, and like, I wish some of that would be reciprocal. Like, you know, sometimes I'll see you on there and I'm just like, I would love to see him, but I scan through. But in your mind, you're like, wow, man, why isn't Neil showing up for this thing? You know, I've always helping him out. Nobody's helping me out. Because that's where you start to get burned out. The thing is, like, I get there all the time, and I just start, again, cleaning my garage for 2 months. Or you know what? I'm going to make sure the dishes are clean every night for like 2 weeks. Like, just back away from it for a little bit. Because like that energy has to have time to echo out there, reverberate out, and then come back. And it takes it feels like it takes forever, but it usually comes in like all at once and or in waves. And it's insane. Where you're like, boy, I don't have any money. That sucks. I should get projects, and I'm hammering, I'm trying to get jobs and whatever. And they don't happen. And then you're like, well, That sucks. I feel I'm at my lowest point. I feel terrible. And then somebody's like, hey, can you help me with this one project? You're like, great. They came back. I forgot all about that. We had talked about. And then right after that, 6 other people are calling you. And you're like, because the energy is shifting and coming back. And it sucks to have to wait for that. But in that time, you should not feel like you're not living up to you. Like, because what that sense of what you're feeling of like, I haven't lived up to my potential, or I haven't lived, like I haven't made it. I felt like that a lot as a teenager. Like if I don't make it by the time I'm 25, well then I'm going to kill myself, right? Like if I don't make it by the time I'm 30, whatever. If I don't have this figured out by the time I'm 36, I should have been dead like 40 times over. But it's like all of those things. Like I wanted to be like Peter Gabriel and Kate Bush, like be a musician early on, right? And I'm like, they did it when they were 18. Kate Bush was 16. Peter Gabriel was like 18 when he was in Genesis, right? When he started it. But like the reason why they were able to do that is because Peter Gabriel's parents, Peter Gabriel, freaking guy you think of just like, oh, he's a musician. He was with Genesis. The reason why he was able to do that is because his dad like basically invented cable in Europe. Like they were freaking millionaires. It's pretty easy to become a rock musician when your parents are that rich. Kate Bush, same thing. Kate Bush is like, she's a phenomenon. She's been going on for 40, 50 years. Is like a powerhouse musician. And you're like, man, she had it all figured out when she was 18. No, her family knew like Pink Floyd. They were connected to the recording industry. So of course she got her foot in the door. She's a cute young girl who has a really wackadoo like singing style. David Gilmour, I think it's Doug Gilmour from freaking Pink Floyd. It's like, oh, I'm going to discover you. I'm like, who else we don't have that opportunity, Joe. We're sitting there on TikTok going like, spin the wheel, spin it. I'm playing Fortnite. I'm doing Bob's Burgers now, whatever. Yeah. So it's just feeding the positive energy out there is like, that's what you can do. Right. And that's how you'll be judged. Like not going to be sitting in front of a God who's like, let me see. It says here you masturbated 10,000 times. I don't know. Seems pretty low. But also, you didn't make it by the time you were 30. What does make it mean? Well, make it means that you could make it rain anywhere you wanted. You had multiple limos. Is that what rich people have? I don't know. But no, you're not judged on that at all. The thing is, like, it's difficult because you're living it and it's frustrating. But don't put yourself down for like not having made it. Because here's the thing. Like if you stretch that out to the longest conclusion, you'll see like LeBron James or somebody out there who's very good at basketball and playing whatever. I don't know what LeBron James is. It's basketball, right? Anyways, LeBron James plays basketball. But if you were like, oh man, I played pickup basketball. If I had kept at it or if I really had worked at it hard, I probably could have made it. But it's a failing of me for not putting time and effort into this thing to make me go into basketball. It's like, you could wrap it around everything, right? Like, man, I should have got my shit together so I could have gone to the grocery store to know that we needed like creamer for tomorrow. God almighty, I really got to get my shit together so I can freaking have a schedule set up so I don't have to disappoint myself and anybody else. The timeline for you making it, like I have made it multiple times, but I always move the goalposts. Like I've worked, I wanted to work in video games. I did, and it sucked balls. It's the worst. The wildest thing I saw was talk go down at my other socials go, dude, TikTok has been a fucking mess. Dude, I just showed this. Hey, I'm sorry, Barry, if you're still here, because I'm going to show it again. Ready for this? This video. Look at this. This is Instagram. This is freaking Instagram. What, dude? What is going on? Why is Instagram? It's because TikTok has been completely compromised. It's freaking terrible, right? Like, this video is on TikTok, and it's done, I think, 90,000. Yeah, it's just freaking too much to freaking fight whatever is going on. No, it's just that it's the same numbers again. But it's like Instagram, it's the same videos that I'm posting, but TikTok used to do this for me. TikTok used to be like, holy crap, I could do whatever I want. Just ignore that. Don't pay attention to it. But the algorithm has changed, right? But TikTok, like dude, on TikTok, hang on a sec. I don't think I can do this. TikTok, can I? It's all pornography. King of all cosmos, of all cosmos. I don't think I can do that. Oh, I can. Let's see. What? Show me my page. Let's see. Show me my damn page. Yeah. Okay. This was one of my first videos on TikTok. It was 514,000, right? That's crazy. And I've been around now for 4 years on TikTok. And my video promoting tomorrow's launch has 220 views on it. What's happening? What is going on? Because and this is the Trump video, has 94,000. Like what am I doing different? I'm like, I am posting on a regular schedule. I am posting the same content that was grabbing traction before. It's just the entire algorithm has shifted. Look at this. 400, 500, 300. Like, why am I doing this? Again, it's driving me crazy. How many followers? I only have 5,600 on here. It's still beating my YouTube channel. I don't know what I have on Instagram. What do I have on Instagram? I have no idea. What do I have on Instagram? I have 7,000, 8,000. I have 8,000 on Instagram. And I never use this thing. Oh yeah, but here, same exact videos on Instagram. Same exact videos. You remember seeing these, but the Chuck Jones one has 1,300 now, right? Where it has 200 on the other. This has 4,000. This has 3,000. That's what I used to get on TikTok. This has 12,000. That's what I was getting on TikTok. What the fuck has happened over there? Talk is totally busted. Hands down. Dude, you're too kind, Joe. But again, I appreciated people like you. Like you and I joined the freaking agency at the same time. And I did it for this key, which I don't even think you need a streaming key anymore. I think everybody's grandfathered in now. I think that's how it works. Like I just started a live and it allows me to use, I don't know. I don't know if that's the case or not. But YouTube is where I'm living the most because YouTube is, I only have 3,000 over there. See, it's the least amount of subscribers, but it's the most of, I get a lot of activity there. Let's see if I can get that. Whoop. YouTube Studio. That has 1,000. The Chuck Jones one has 1,000 on there. So TikTok is like 200 for what? It's a mess. What are these? These are, stop looking at those. Those are lives. Here we go. So some of these are blocked, but that is 1,000. Ignore these. These are lives. Jesus. Stop making fun of me. 4. These are private or unlisted videos. Just 4 and 5. But yeah, look, 1,000, 1,000, 2,000, 4,000. Like, and even some of these are blocked. The 4,000 one is partially blocked and I get 4,000 and nothing like that on TikTok anymore. I'm like, it's like, I'm just going to start like saying that, I'm just going to be a big pro-Iran account over there to see if I can just get like, like the CIA involved. I'm like, what? I was just trying to bump my name up in the algorithm. I just applied to start a network. Listen, if you do, I will join it in a heartbeat and I will get other people to go over. Hey, Barry is a perfect example. So Barry and this guy named Leshy, I got connected with them over on Discord. They watch my lives, but Leshy is starting up a channel on Twitch. And I was like, here, how can I help? Yeah, Steam keys are freaking stream keys are the worst. Like it took me almost a year to get my stream key. And that's why I hung around as long as I did. But Leshy was on Discord. He's like, hey, I want to start streaming and I get no traffic and whatever. So I kind of shared exactly what I shared with Barry. Barry has a freaking great channel. Barry's like one of my favorite creators and like he's a diamond in the rough. We met at a singles club called the Elephant Graveyard, Barry. But his videos, he has 450 followers, right? But he's been doing this forever. His videos, it's like 2 years, at least 2 years, right? How many years? 1 year? I thought it was 2 years. You've been on here for 2 years, right? You have to be on here for 2 years. Anyways, here's the deal. Let's see what your oldest is. Only a year? Oh, geez. You've only been on here a year. Well, now I don't feel so bad. Okay. But he's put a ton of time into his channel, right? Like, I don't know what you're bitching about. You've only been on here for a year. You see mine? I've been on for 15 years, you freaking dink. It's like, I'll be honest, I get a lot of people when I'm off talk and on Purple and Green. They follow you there. Is that Kick? Yeah, I figured it was almost 2 years. Because, again, I've watched pretty much all of these. So here's the deal. His stuff, it's got like 403, 307, right? 223. This should be 10x this. And it will be. It's going to be 10x. But here's the thing. He's filling the pool right now. So he's filling the pool with content. And eventually, he'll get found out. And people will jump on all of this, right? And so what my recommendation is to do shorts, right? Because that's what's been helping me amp up while I'm working on longer projects. So he started shorts, and in shorts, like right out of the gate, he's got like 1,000 here, and he's got 1,000 there, and he's got 1,000 there. Like all of these things are popping up like 1,000. He's already doing better on these than he is on his long videos. But tomorrow he's launching another video. I'll help promote it. It won't do it, dude. I don't expect it to do any more than your videos normally do, but the shorts are definitely helping get you in the algorithm. And as you do more, it starts amping you up. So I've noticed this myself over time. Like this is what I've been doing. And I'm just sharing that with everybody. And eventually, here's the deal. If Bankrupt Barry takes off and he's like, oh my God, I got to do a video a week. Guess what? If he starts monetizing his channel, that's great for him, right? But if he's like, oh my God, I got to do this, like he's going to need help. And I can help him because now I know how his process works. That's great. If he doesn't take off, I'm helping my fellow man. How shitty is that? That's a win-win, in my opinion. Leshy's the same way. He's on Twitch. He's doing stuff on Twitch, which is a dying platform anyhow. Trust me, it is. Twitch has always sucked. I've worked on it for years. I know how bad it is. Twitch sucks. Yeah, tell me about it. It's like, it's bait. It's chum. You're throwing out shorts chum to people, and they like see it, and they're like, what the heck is this? And engages them with that time. Like your videos start out like movies, right? You have like a little intro sequence. They're well thought out. They're formulaic. They're great. But asking somebody who doesn't know what you're about to go through that, the metrics show that they won't. So this is a good way to get them through that. So if you keep doing this, and again, you have all this content, make sure, but I'm sharing that with everybody. And I'd share it with you too, Joe. Share it with everybody. Because in the end, like, and that's why I'm doing this animation, because I don't want to keep working on people's websites. I don't want to keep working with companies like Nike or what. I hate these companies. So I'm like looking for ways to make myself feel good. And this is the way I do it. Now, NeuralViz, holy cow. Barry, I've been trying to get a hold of this guy. Human Hunters, this guy's freaking awesome. This guy's good too. I don't know if you've seen him. He does the cop files, which is really good, but it's basically the, shoot, what is it? It's not TikTok. Why can't I find you? It's all AI. This whole thing is AI, but it's freaking hilarious. Like, so well done. Like, these are great. This is news. Hang on. Don't do this. Oh my God, I hate myself for doing that.
Breaking news, everything is bad. It's just as terrible as you imagined, and probably worse. With more, we go to Tom Lee Cruz. Tom Lee.
We're all in danger, Dan Lee.
Jesus Christ, what can we do?
Absolutely nothing.
It was good knowing you, Tom Lee.
I can't say the same.
That was unnecessary. We're just now getting in reports that all the children have exploded. They will be missed. Let's check in with Olivia Lee Rodrigo. Olivia Lee, where are you?
The children have exploded, and then later the guy's like, hey, have we talked about these kids? They really exploded. Wait.
Heavenly Costner, who has more with politics.
No, I don't.
Let's send it over to our senior correspondent, Nicolai Minaj.
Look at this chart. Let's bring it up.
What am I looking at here?
I don't know.
This
but It
guy,
doesn't look.
he's
The
like,
commercial.
Have you recently lost a child because they exploded? Because that's crazy. How are we all not talking about this? I feel like that really got glossed over real quick. That's a huge thing. Call Tedley. 555 call Tedley. I want to talk about this. Call Tedley now.
And we're back.
it's like, so wormwood. I can't imagine this is it. Hang on a second. It's 1 year, 4 weeks, 4 weeks.
Party.
I can't imagine that's it. Is it? It looks like it could be this, but it's Wormwood makes fun of. Okay, yeah, I'll have to get a link to that. Wormwood AI news. Wormwood asteroid. I'm guessing it's this. Hang on. Oh my God, no! It's the asteroid channel. This cannot be. Wait. Oh my God! What did I find?
Hey there, welcome to my channel.
Time
So
out a
glad
second.
you
This
could
is
join
a
me
total-
once.
This is not it, right? Wait, is this it? Time out. No, wait, no. No, is this it? Please tell me this is it. I gotta know, Barry. I'm stuck here. Because you say that's it, but I was just on the previous one. If this is it, this is brilliant. That's good, Joe. I agree with everything I'm saying, too. Okay, so wait a minute. It's not this one. Dude, okay, time out a second. Hang on a sec. I found something brilliant. Your channel for complete teaching. Oh my God, this is so good. Your channel for complete teaching about the end times and the coming asteroid in the Bible called Wormwood. Wormwood is coming very soon, and here you can learn about what is about to happen and what to do to prepare yourself spiritually, mentally, and physically. Why would I prepare myself physically? If an asteroid's coming, I'm not doing anything physically. I teach from over 3 decades of serious Bible study, not that lighthearted shit you get from all those freaking youth pastors. I'm seriously studying the Bible. Dude, I saw this and I couldn't believe it. This is so good. It's like, subscribe, hit the bell, and then watch the full video. Antichrist timing revealed. What the fuck? And so he's like so positive. Subscribe, then watch the full video. He's on Rumble. That makes sense. Let's see. The day of the Lord. Oh my God. This is so good. Because I said AI. It says Day of the Lord, a prophetic narrative. Now here's the funniest thing. This is why I thought it was your channel. This is an AI image, 100%. Right? This is an AI image. And it's like this one right here. It's like AI, the image of the beast. He's using AI to make his freaking thumbnails. He's like, it's good enough to make my thumbnails, but it is really the devil. So, yeah, be careful with it. But here's Jesus fighting a bunch of lions. Hang on a second. Let me go over here. Prophecy and civil wars. All right, I'm going to have to go through this. There's 25 views streamed 10 months ago. Oh my God. AI is a tool for tyranny. I agree. I agree with you. AI's role in manipulating society. Okay. There's got to be more than this. Give me an image from 300 and make it. This one is.
In this work.
I see how much he has in here that's. Oh my God, this is so AI. This is a total AI image that he's like, it's through the whole video. He's like, that video didn't do as well. So AI is the devil. Let's blow it up. AI is bad. I'm gonna come back to that channel, but we got to go back to this. This is the one you're talking about right here. The mess 4 weeks ago. Goo goo gaga. God gave man vehicles. A free steak for dinner.
fecal, disposal of clutter, an error to be rectified by maintenance. But a social mess is beautiful in its chaos. An after mess is like a stray brush stroke on a painting, organic and unsimulable. It is the half-eaten charcuterie platter, a glass on an armrest, garnishes scattered to the side of a cutting board. It is the accents of suggestions. A story spelled out by aftermath. It is a crime scene that screams out to onlookers. Mirth was committed here. Such a mess is only appreciated when laid upon the canvas of an otherwise pristine home. It is a poetry of Dionysian chaos worming its way into Apollonian structure. It's the vines of nature creeping into a uniform life. When you're the host, this kind of mess is the most satisfying because...
Dude, this is like something I would see at like an art like an exhibition. This seems so much like an art house film. Like I've seen several of these that were non-AI created. Seen the SkyCorp videos? Jesus, you're killing me with this. I love it. SkyCorp. It cannot be. Dude, this is so good. This isn't what you're talking about. This is so good. Oh my God, this cannot be what you're talking about. This is so bad. This website is so bad. SkyCorp has exciting news coming. This is not what you're talking about. Oh my God. He's got a typewriter font. What is this, 1997? Is he going to say itchy tasty in a minute? Jesus. What happens when everybody worships the AI? Dude, I don't know what's going on. SkyCorp is proud to announce that the T virus has been kept in a lab. It's been good. Our Clay Mountains, we dropped a nuclear bomb. It's fine. Let's see the SkyCorp. This is another one. I got to come back to this. This is so crazy. SkyCorp. Dude, I don't know. You said... That's madness. 13 seconds. This is just the logo. Okay, so far I have not seen this. I have not seen this. That's how to deal with Karen training video. Ooh, wait, I've seen this guy. Okay, where have I seen this? Sex ed, premarital sex, the N-word path. This, I've seen this one right here. How to reply to negative etiquette. So I have seen this, but I've not seen his channel. 16 million views. How did I miss this?
Hey, Nicholas.
Yes, babe?
I think I'm ready. You know, to have sex.
I figured you'd say that, so I came prepared.
You brought a condom?
No, silly.
Nick, kind of kinky.
I rigged this room with explosives. Premarital sex is a sin. Have fun running in hell, Beth.
Nick! Nick! No! Wait! Nick, please! No!
That's a good one. Terminator 2 was a documentary. It was. Like, I don't know why. Like, we had all of these. Dude, the 80s. Even the Mario movie in the 80s was like trying to tell you, like, runaway corporate greed is going to kill you all. Like, the freaking Double Dragon movie. They all did it. Like, it's like, oh, we learned, like, in RoboCop. Like, you can't have a police state. You can't have a city. Like, you cannot make a city that is like New Detroit and then just police it to death, because it's like, it's not going to work. And guess what? The cops, they'll be replaced by robots. Like, they don't, like, all of these 80s movies taught us this stuff. And we're just like, AI? Oh yeah, the thing that, yeah, the Skynet thing? Yeah, sure, whatever. No regulation for 10 years. No regulation. We don't want any regulation on it for 10 years because it's got to freaking, do its thing. I'm like, I'm like, was I the only person paying attention? Like, those movies weren't just like, oh, they shot everybody, they blew things up. Like, no, there's like satire. Like, a lot of it's like, yeah, it would never get this bad. You're like, oh boy. It's so bad. Oh yeah, it's not, it's, again, AI, like large language models, all of these things. Like, here's the problem. Good Lord. RoboCop did try very hard. And I even enjoyed RoboCop 2 for what it was. It was not as good as Verhoeven's first, but it's like, because it's not, 2 wasn't done. No, 2 was done by Miller. It wasn't done by Verhoeven. Here's the thing. NFTs. You've heard me talk about it before. On non-fungible tokens. Like, they're the greatest things. Non-fungible tokens are great. But, like I'm an idiot for saying that. Why would I say that? Why would I say virginity is cool? It's totally cool. No, here's the deal. NFTs are great because what they are, they allow you to take a digital asset and then assign like a log to it. So you know there's a digital token attached to a digital good that you can track. So if, let's just say, not that I have a piece of monkey art or I have a freaking one-of-a-kind digital piece. No. Say if I had a piece of music in my iTunes library. Say if I had a game on the PlayStation Store, or hell, 300 games in Steam that I don't play. NFTs, a token attached to that digital good, could change ownership from me to somebody else and have it tracked. That's what NFTs are. NFTs are authenticators, digital authentication tools. So they have to be destroyed. So we make a scam out of it. Everybody makes a scam out of it. We got to scam people with it to make people not know what the real thing is. Like that was by design. And I know that. And it's not me being conspiracy. Joe, this is not me being conspiracy. Here's the thing. Amazon brought me in between 2012 and 2014. I was asked to go to somebody I knew worked at Amazon, and they're like, we need to figure this out. I'm like, what the hell? They're not going to be able to do it. They're like, in England, there are laws that if somebody bought a digital good, they have to be able to return it. It has to have a value attached to it. I do not know. That's England. England has that law that if you sell a digital good, that can't be like, you have to be able to sell it. You have to be able to give it back. It has to have value attached to it. And the U.S. knew it was coming. Those laws were coming here. And so Amazon was trying to get ahead of it. 2012, 2014. That's freaking 11 years ago, right? At the earliest, that's more than that. So I knew what they were doing. And I'm like, there's no way to do it. And then, of course, I hear about non-fungible tokens in around 2015, 2016. And it wasn't called that. They were called authentication tools that were backed by the block. So I'm like, oh, I contact my Amazon person and I'm like, you won't believe it. I have a solution for this. It's overdue. The project's not going on. Like, I'm not attached to that anymore. But I told him, hey, I know how to do it now. And he's like, oh, Amazon doesn't give a shit about that anymore. And I'm like, well, why don't they give a shit about it anymore, right? Like, it's a solution. They know it's coming here. It's because Amazon paid off, the politicians, or paid off the legislation. They knew it wasn't coming here. It was no longer an interest to them. Like, they don't have to worry about it because they're not going to have to worry about attaching value to it. But NFTs grew and people were like, oh, you can start attaching them to your digital libraries, like all of your movies, all of your games, everything you've ever purchased. We can attach that to the block and you'll be able to sell it. Like, sell all of your digital goods from PlayStation. Sell all your digital goods from Xbox. Dude, I would love to sell all of my digital goods from Xbox. I don't care if I got $8 for it. I would have $8, right? Well, yeah, 100%. Amazon's a monopoly, right? Amazon's the worst. Yeah, NFTs are fine. And NFTs are going to, by the way, NFTs haven't had their second, like Block did. Crypto has had their secondary movement. Like, they came out and people got it. Like, this was what, 2007, 2006, whenever that was. People were like, well, I can buy pizza with it. They had that resurgence. That resurgence, you could, like, they were selling for 25 2,500, and then it was up to 25,000, and people were like mortgaging their house to buy crypto. That was on the first pushback. NFTs are coming back around, and I know that sounds ridiculous and stupid, but the reason why all of these things are bastardized, whether it's crypto or whether it's NFTs or whether it's like all of these things that we're talking about, right? AI is another one. It's because they have those tools and they want to do everything they can to like silo them in the hands of power or the hands of money, influence. Like that's how it works. Like the AI that we're getting, the large language models, like they're just pricing us out. Like VO3 is like 200 and something bucks a month. And it's like, they're trying to get their models up where they can siphon as much money out as they can. And then of course, when China releases their, is it DeepSeek for free, they just make it open source it. It's like, it completely tanks the entire market. All of these companies, all of these groups, all of these organizations are in place just to get the maximum value out of something, demonize it for the rest of us, and get the best value. So the worse people have their hands in AI, the worse people have their hands in LLMs and NFTs and all that shit. It's like, it's frustrating. So what I'm doing is like when I'm creating this art and I'm creating these animations and people are like, hey man, why are you using AI voices on your videos? Why are you using AI voices? I'm like, well, because I only have one voice. I can do this voice and I can be like, well, I'm doing this voice. And I'm like, I'm doing this voice. Like, that's it. I don't have a range. It's not but I can produce more animations if I put my voice through these filters. Like, well, you're taking money out of the hands of like voiceover artists. And I'm like, okay, well, are you going to do it? And they're like, I'd love to do it. So in my comments, somebody was like, I'd love to do it. So I said, hey, all right, I'm working on a video. It was a Latina girl for some reason. There was a Latina person there who was like, hey, I'm going to do it. So when my next video came up, I started working on that one first. And I wrote back to them and I'm like, hey, you want to do the voice for this? They're like, really busy right now. I'll hit you on the next one. I'm like, this is my fucking problem. I'm a creative. I'm working on creative things. I'm a single person working on these things. And you take a shot at me for using AI. Like, why are you taking a shot at me? Like, I get it. I shouldn't be using it, but I'm trying to produce the best quality thing I can, and I'm using the tools that are available. It's like being mad at somebody at freaking, not Planned Parenthood. Who makes the houses? It's like Jimmy Carter's organization. Making houses for people. Anyways, whatever. Like I was making houses for people. They're like, oh, you're using the electric nail driver? That uses a lot of electricity. You should just use a hammer. If you're just building houses for the homeless, you really shouldn't be using all that electricity. I'm like, fuck you. I'm doing something with this. I'm building something with this. Like, yeah, right, exactly. I'm spitting truth. It drives me crazy that they would punch down on me. I'm like, dude, that is so fucking easy. And not only that, but I was like, how about you help me? Sure, I'll help you. And then when I ask for it, they're like, I'm real busy right now. I'm like, go fuck yourself. That's all you wanted to do was complain and be like, I found the problem. This guy is very, very problematic because he uses AI. He knows it's destroying the environment. I'm like, how is it destroying the environment? How is it? How is it that it's destroying the environment? How is it that me throwing a plastic bag in the garbage is destroying the environment? It is. It is, but it's like me dropping a cup of coffee in the ocean and blaming me for global warming. I'm like, I'm one guy on a cruise ship dumping off the thing. The cruise ship's dumping out freaking 10 trillion cups of coffee a year. Get on their asses. Don't get on mine. I get negative comments about AI too. I'm not taking the bread off anybody's table because there is no bread. It's $0. I'm making $0. That $3 million, dude, you're not even going to believe this. You won't believe it if I tell you. But I'm going to tell you anyhow. I'll show you. It's on Facebook. They demonetized me on Facebook right before that video took off. They're like, oh, you're not eligible for money. And I'm like, what? What happened? Hang on a sec. What did they say? But it was right before I had 3 million views. I'm not making any money. And even when I do have a success, it doesn't generate any money. Where is it? Hang on a sec. Facebook. It was, I'm on here so often, I should be able to find this thing pretty quickly. Your video couldn't be uploaded. What? That's from 4 hours ago. What? What video couldn't be uploaded? I don't know what video couldn't be uploaded. That's not what they're talking. That's not what I was looking for. Hold on. See previous notifications. Come on. Where are you? Your story got 11 views. I can't wait. Nice job. Hold on. It's just from them. 24 hours. Oh, shoot. I hope I downloaded all my stuff. Oh, I hope I downloaded all my stuff. Okay. My business. Where are you? Nice job. Where are you? It was right before the thing. So it's a week ago. Hang on a sec. It was right before the thing took off. And they're like, you're not eligible anymore. I'm sorry. Come on. I get apparently a lot of people love me on Facebook. I'm huge on Facebook. Nice job. 25K plays. Look at that. Wow. Start earning again. Hold on. So now this is a new one. This is add your tax info to get paid. This was not the error that I had. The error that I had was like, you are not eligible. Hang on a sec. This is not the one. Anyways, I will find it. I will prove it. But it's like they took it away. Oh, you can't even see my freaking screen. Jeez, oh man. Hold on. I'm going to go to 2 weeks ago because it's got to be here. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. That is true. 100%. 10K 2 weeks ago. Here we go. Where are you? Logged in as 4. Your videos upload. It's from Facebook. Hold on. Nice job. 1,000 plays. Look at that. I'm crushing it. 1,000 plays on Facebook. Oh, of course, and it times out. Anyways, I will find that thing, but it was like, yeah, you can't make money anymore. And I was making $20 a year on Facebook. Son of a bitch. That sucks. I was hoping to find it, but no. Ryan McCafferty, 100 plays. A new friend suggestion, Ryan McCafferty. He's in the games industry. I interviewed him on my show. He has 313 friends. Look at that, 217. Get out of here. I don't want to see your stupid friend. He has no friends. You want to see my friends? Look at this. Look at this nonsense. Let's hope it shows up. Look at all these friend requests. I don't want to see your friend requests. All friends. Oh, you got to be teasing me. They used to show you a grid. Come on. They used to show you a grid. I don't know if they can do that anymore. No. It's funny because my friends on here, this is so ridiculous. Friend, hang on a sec. I don't want to be anybody's friend. Hold on. Friend request suggestion. All friends. I have 598 friends. But what's cool is, ready? Sweary. You probably don't know him. Sweary is a game developer. Jack Plotnick. Oh, I got Jack Plotnick on there too. So Jack Plotnick is an actor, but hang on a sec. Let's get to, this is where I'm talking about. I suck in the games industry, right? Joe, this is for you. I have not made it, but I'm connected to RJ Michael. And you're like, who in the fuck's RJ Michael? He's the guy who invented, like, basically the Atari, like, Sinistar in the arcade, Atari Lynx, 3DO. He has done the boards for those. Like, that's a big dude. And nobody knows who he is. But I freaking am, I'm so happy he's on my friends list. Hang on a sec. Shinji Mikami. He's my friend. Resident Evil Shinji Mikami. Like, that's crazy, right? Like, Shinji Mikami from freaking Resident Evil is my friend. And it's not a joke. It's real. It's him. Hang on a sec. Let's see if I can open this in a new tab. Can I? There he is. It's talking about Resident Evil Requiem has finally been announced. I'm deeply moved by how this series has gone. Yeah, I'm friends with freaking Shinji Mikami. What the hell's that about? But here's the thing. My friends list here is full of people from the games industry. But Matsura, freaking the Parappa the Rapper guy. The Parappa the Rapper, founder of Electronic Arts, 3DO. He's in there. Hold on. Keep going. I don't care about these. Who are these idiots? These guys are great. Arnav Enema, he's a filmmaker in, I want to say Singapore, but no, I think he's out of Singapore. He was in China for a little bit. Dylan Cuthbert, another writer. Oh my God, this is the head of the ESA, and I'm not a big fan. The guy who started freaking, the games that you, limited run games. That's the founder of that company. That's run into problems. But there's more games folks in here. Like I'm connected to a ton of people inside the industry, and that's what blows my mind. Like, holy shit, I'm connected to people inside the industry, and I'm like, I still feel like I haven't done stuff, right? Where you're like, I feel like I am a failure, even though there's like John, this guy wrote the freaking Untold History of Japanese Game Developers. I'm in that book, for fuck's sake. Yeah, and I still feel like I haven't made it. I haven't done things, but I'm like, I'm doing things all the time. It's just none of them are like, you don't have your own talk show. Dude, I have people in here from the games industry, but again, there's like one of my favorites usually shows up right out of the gate. Why is he not showing up? This guy from Parappa the Rapper is awesome. Where are you? He should be above Shinji Mikami. That's Sweary. Oh, forget it. But anyways, I made a post a little while back that showed like, hey, sometimes I don't feel like, oh my God, hello Stone. I go, sometimes I feel like I'm a failure, right? I feel like I haven't done something. And then I would be like, if your 20-something-year-old self, if your 35-year-old self could see your friends list on Facebook, they would be like, what the fuck's Facebook? But then they'd be like, holy shit, you're connected to the Resident Evil guy. No, dude, don't even. That's the meanest thing you've ever said to me. I could have been Jimmy Fallon. So mean. How dare you? But no, like if my 30-something-year-old self could see that I'm connected to all of the people that I thought were the greatest people in the industry, like RJ Michael and Trip Hawkins and Matsura and Mikami and freaking I did it. My 30-year-old person's like, you're the coolest dude in the world. But I'm like, I don't care about you. You're a freaking nerd, 30-year-old me. But it's like I'm always moving those things. And you are too, Joe. And I'm sure Stone Gardening, you're doing it too. I feel you. Wait, I feel you. I feel unaccomplished a lot. But you shouldn't. Because that's the part of you that keeps pushing you forward. So here's the thing. It's okay to feel like that. Like, man, I wish I would have had $1 million by this point. But guess what? If you have $1 million, you have $1 million worth of problems. That's how that works. And maybe when you have $1 million, you'll be like, I can handle $1 million worth of problems. But you have to work up to that. So it's like, I have 1,000 vested interests. Like, I wanted to be an animator, and I wanted to be a filmmaker, and I wanted to be a musician, and I wanted to be a porn star. Like all of these things. I became eventually. The goalposts do keep moving. But that voice in your head, Joe, is that fire. That fire is like the one that keeps you like moving forward. Like that's the one that keeps you that's the one that keeps me learning these tools. Like when I've already done all of these things, I'm constantly doing something else. And the fact is I think it happens to all creative people. You're super creative, right? Like you're a personality type. You're very, very personable. You're very, very funny. You're likely like music, merch. That's what we talked about. You're very creative. And so that's that fire. You just got to get that voice out of your head and put it right back in that gut and be like, that's what drives you forward. But you have accomplished a lot. Hey, you know me, and I know listen, I know, you know me, and listen, my 30-year-old me, he would tell you how cool I am. He'd be like, dude, Joe, if you know Neil now, he's got to be like, he knows all these games. Here's the thing, dude, you're supporting people, you're making content, you're doing the things that you hopefully like doing, and you're finding out new shit that you don't like to do or that you do like to do. That's constantly like why we pivot. And you're going to be in the new world economy, whatever comes next, you're going to be far more likely to pivot than 90% of the people are like, I just thought I was going to have this job for 30 years. No, I don't know what to do. And that's the funniest thing. Like, I sent out 1,000 resumes during COVID, like when my wife had cancer. This is the best. My wife had cancer, and all of my friends in the games industry wouldn't hire me. I told them my wife had cancer, and I'm like, I just need any job. I'll take a job cleaning toilets. And none of them hired me. So, like, that's where I was like, fuck the games industry. Like, fuck them. Like, how can you not? Like, I've known you for 20 years. Like, I just need anything. I will do the job. I don't need to sit in a seat. I will do the job. Nope, didn't get it. So it's like, you're meeting people, you're doing things all the time to help, like, move you forward. And again, I sent out 1,000 resumes during that COVID time. And the coolest thing was this. I'm like, well, this is a fucking fool's errand. And like, I sent out 1,000. Here's what I did. I went through LinkedIn for like 6 months and I found jobs and I'm like, apply, whatever. I went through 5 interviews at Leica Studios, 5. Crushed 4 of them. The 5th one, I realized the whole thing was a part of a process that they were never going to hire somebody. And so what did I do? I'm like, did I send out another 1,000 resumes? Fuck no. I did it and I had sucked. That's not what I do. So it was like, I felt like a failure for doing it, but now I've moved on to like 6 other things since that period. And my wife is through cancer. Great. We're awesome. But like, I still am talking to people who are out of work who are like, oh my God, I've sent out 10,000 resumes. I'm like, you've thought of nothing different? You've done nothing. Like, I just keep printing them out. I just keep mailing them. I just keep sending them in on LinkedIn. I'm like, that's not doing anything different. Like, you are so far ahead of the curve, Joe, when it comes to like pivoting, like to doing something different, to getting your voice out there. Like, even if, like, again, I have a small following across a bunch of platforms, but if I had to get something out there, I have people that will help amplify now. Like, I didn't have that 6-7 years ago, 5-6 years, whatever that is, whenever 2001 was. 4 years ago? Jeez. Can't count anymore. Anyways, bottom line, don't, like, use that. I haven't made it. Because here's the thing, dude. You're going to say it no matter what. I did stand up for a while and I hated it. I sucked at it. I don't even, again, Bankrupt Barry and I watch Elephant Graveyard, and he has completely been able to talk about stand-up comedy in a way I never could. Like, it's a dead art form. It's not a good art form. It's not a good way to communicate. And that's being proven right now. Like, there are very few good stand-up comics anymore because the medium has been squeezed for everything it's worth. And it's focused on the wrong targets. It's just a mess. And so I hated it. But I've gone to stand-up, like, open mics, and I've been like, oh man, I probably should have stuck it out and done this, because I'm still uncomfortable when I go up there. I'm like, why am I still doing it? I'm like, I don't want to do this, but I do it anyhow because I'm trying to push myself into new places, like where I'm uncomfortable always. And it's like, that's like, I don't want to do stand-up. I don't want to go out there and do that every night. I don't want to go out there and say the same shit over and over. I want to do something new every time. I want to do something, like, I want to find new territory. I want to have new discussions. I want to meet new people. And in stand-up, you're like, I got to go to Topeka, Kansas and just go through the routine. I got to sign all these things. I got to print up a bunch of CDs. I saw Pauly Shore. I worked at Kinko's in Portland. Pauly Shore was in town doing stand-up. This is after Encino Man. This is after he was in the movies. He came to my Kinko's at 2 a.m, and he was printing up posters for his stand-up that he's doing here in town. He had come into town in the 90s, went to a Kinko's. He'd already been in movies. He's a celebrity. And he's at freaking Kinko's at 2 a.m. printing posters and CD inserts for his concert that night. I'm like, what a life. What a fucking life. I've made it. I've been in 4 movies. I am known worldwide. Yes, I will take that on Canary, please. 18 by 24 Canary. What do you mean your color copier is out? I have a show tomorrow. My fans are going to leave me. But I was so like, I was like, oh, Pauly Shore's in the store. Isn't that crazy? And I'm like, wow, isn't that crazy? Like I thought about that and I'm like, is that what, that's in the 90s. Like, I can't imagine celebrity these days. Like what you have to do. Like, geez, oh man, that's just, I know the things that I don't want to do, but it won't stop me from trying them out. Right. And so the people that are like, I don't understand you, Joe. First thing you were saying you were going to do, did all these like sales on TikTok and now you're not on TikTok anymore and you're doing something else. Like, I don't know what you do. And you're like, well, like that's a you problem. Like, that's not a me problem. Like the fact is you're too slow to keep up and I'm too nice to tell you that you're a fucking asshole for even asking the question. Dude, it sucks. Stand-up sucks. I did a stand-up. Oh my God. The last stand-up I did sucked so bad. It sucked so bad. I made a TikTok after it because there's so much pent-up energy. It sucked so bad because they had so many sign up for the stand-up that they had to reduce everybody's time. And mine was, I think we had 5 minutes. We had 8 minutes. We had 8 minutes. Then it got down to 5 minutes. Then it got down to 3 minutes. And I'm like, 3 minutes? Like what? I'm like, where were you in my English class when I was like, okay, you got to get this report done. You got to just have 3 minutes to talk. I'm like, Jesus, that would have been great to talk only for 3 minutes. Well, I'm like, what the hell do I do? Hello, Dark Arts. Welcome aboard. I love having you in here. Same with you, Stone. It's always great to see you. So anyways, here's the deal. The event was at a Portland bar and it was very, like, it's LGBTQ, right? That's totally fine. I go to a good bar. It is a very, very LGBTQ plus, it's like all of the things. Oh, stop. Gemini just started up. Oh my God. So here's the thing. They were all, the people that come to it were very, very, they were women and they were, again, they were, the people up front were women and, they were most likely lesbians or, and they were super nice, right? My whole sketch, my whole routine was about my dad taking over the couches in the living room. Like he would profess his dominance in my teenage years by being like sitting on the couches in his underwear. And when he really didn't want people in there, he would be naked in the living room, sitting with his testicles on the couch. So I had to cut my explanation of this thing down from 8 minutes to 5 minutes to 3 minutes. My build up to that, like because I grow into that. I talk about how that works. I was just talking about the clock at this time. Almost like, so my dad's naked in the living room. I got 180 seconds. Here we go. It was like going back through and I'm like, then he'd be in the couch naked. All right. My dad's naked, his balls testicle. And I'm like, nobody's responding to anything. I'm just like, oh my God, I am in the wrong room saying the wrong jokes to the wrong people. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for what I just did. Like I feel miserable. And so I'm like, oh my God, I got to get out of here. And I took off. I freaking got in my car and I just like driving home like, whoa, TikTok. I got to talk to somebody. So freaking miserable. I'm like, I'll never do that again. And guess what? I'm going to do that again because I'm a freaking idiot. I don't even like doing it. But again, it's the allure of like talking to people in uncomfortable situations. Like, I don't know why I'm drawn to it. I got anxiety out the wazoo. And, I'm like, you know what I like to do? I like to talk to people about how I masturbate 10,000 times a year on a live stream. What is wrong with me? Why am I doing these things to myself? Stone, that'll make sense if you go back and watch the live. Good Lord. All right. I have not done half the animation I was supposed to. I'd ask if they're going to add some more letters. You know what? That's what I'm saying. I said, like, by the way, I'm in Portland. I need to get up to speed on that because I know that there are new designations and like, I think it's LGBTQ plus, and it's like IA or TI, something like that. I'm not sure, but I'm like, I know I'm going to be challenged on it. And it's not like, well, why would you be challenged on it? I'm like, dude, the people I hang around with, like if I say that, like if I'm not, like that's kind of rude, like for me not to know, like designations. And again, like this is so funny. This is the new world. Not even lying. My dad does the same shit. Why? Dude, dark arts, what the fuck? This was so bad growing up. Like my friends got comfortable with my dad being naked in the living room. Like it was like this like game of chicken where my friends would come over. I'm like, dude, can't go in the living room. My dad's in his underwear. And my friend Bill would lean over and he's like, hey, Mr. Bauer. My dad would have a pillow in his lap. He's like, Bill, what's going on? And like my dad would challenge Bill to a conversation. He's like, what is going on with you? It's like, oh, I don't know. And Bill would then take a step in the room. And I'm like, what? This is not my bit, by the way. This is not my routine. This is what did happen. The routine was about like, my dad was like, he didn't want the confrontation. So he's like, I'm just going to sit on this couch naked. They will know. I've established my territory. This is my room. I'm going to watch 2 hours of MASH. Like that's what's happening here. And I'm going to eat Triscuits. And then I'm going to drop a freaking Call of Duty freaking trank grenade in the freaking bathroom 2 hours. Yeah, but then he would sit there. He would be in his underwear at first. And then like later on, as we aged up, he's like, it's the difficulty. It's level 2. And so he's being naked. And I'm like, then he'd leave the room. He's like, hey, I've got to go. You guys can have the room. But we all knew he was sitting in the far corner. And so it's like somebody had to sit right where my dad's balls were like a minute before. I'm like, this is kind of trauma. This is a torture. I may or may not be that dad. That's totally, listen, it skips a generation. My son is way too comfortable. Way too comfortable. He's like, and like I had a decent, like I wasn't super fat. I was like, there was a time I was toned, but I was still like, I was so modest that like when I would take a shower, I would like want to leave the room. I'm like, I don't like looking at my body. It's not, whatever. My son's the opposite. It's like walking around, like, drying his hair. It's like, friends come over, he's got no shirt. I'm like, what is happening? But his grandfather did that all the time. Dude, never would have desecrated a couch like that. My big story, the big dovetail for my story. This is where I am. This is why I am the way I am. My dad was he's fine. Dad's totally fine. He was a man's man. So he was... You know the Bo Burnham song? It's like FaceTime with my mom. And in that song, he goes, he's like, hey, I'm talking to the son. And my dad says, hey, how you doing? And I said, Dad, I'm doing fine. And that's the deepest conversation we ever had. That is very, very much. That's like, I heard that and I laughed and cried at the same time. Like that is 100%. I have never... Like I very, very distinctly remember hugging my dad at the airport once because I'm like, I'm going to hug this guy before he dies. I'm going to hug him. And I hugged my dad. I'm like, we were like 20 something. I'm like, okay, whatever. Anyways, so my 10th grade year at school, 9th or 10th grade year at school, my mom's like, he needs clothes for school. And I'm not going to feel him up anymore like I used to. It's too tight in the crotch. I don't know why that was allowed. My mom's part of the LDS church, I guess. She's like feeling me up, like trying to like, is this tight? Pulling on my pants. I'm like, come on, man. So my mom's like, you can go with your dad. So I went with my dad, and he's like, just go into the store, buy the things you need. I'll be out here. And when you need them, you get a credit card. I'm like, all right. Go into the Gap because I'm very popular. I go into the Gap because I don't know what I'm doing. And there are 2 girls from my school in there. And they knew who I am. And I'm like, oh my God, hello. Oh God. And they're like, oh, we know. I'm like, I don't know what I'm buying. And they're like, we'll dress you up. And they got me all of the clothes. There was like $100 worth of clothes. And I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. I had 2 girls from my class, like dressing me up like a Ken doll. And I'm like, they both work there. They both worked at the Gap. But they was like, oh my God, this is so great. This new school year is going to be the best. And get all the clothes, put them up at the counter. And I'm like, oh, my dad's going to pay for it because I'm still like an idiot. I'm not going to be like, well, let me see if I can find my credit card. I'm 16 years old. I go see if I left them on my I think I left them on my Acura NSX out in the parking lot. I'm like, oh, I got to get my dad. And I go, my dad's out there. And I look out, and there's the Gap. It's a big opening. The Gap has a massive opening, and there's the walkway where everybody's walking, and there's the brick wall that people sit on and feed the ducks or whatever, put the money in the wishing pond. My dad is directly across from the store reading a Penthouse magazine, not a Playboy magazine, a Penthouse magazine in the mall. And I'm like, let me go get my dad. He's out there somewhere. So I leave, and he doesn't even see me leave because he is reading this Penthouse. He wants people to know I have no problem with my sexuality. I go around the brick wall to the other side of the mall, like I'm on the opposite side. I'm like, Dad. It's like, I'm like, I need you to pay for this thing. He's like, we're kind of over here. And I'm like, close the fucking magazine. We go in, and he starts like, what's up, girls? Did you take care of my son? And puts the magazine down on the fucking counter. A Penthouse magazine. These are teenage girls working in the mall. They were dressing a pervert son. J.C. Penney's for me. Dude, it was nothing but TJ Maxx after that. TJ Maxx and Marshalls. I'm just going in. It's shame. I just go in there. I'm just like, give me whatever. I don't care if it's like an Indian blazer. Whatever it is. Just give it to me. I just got to get out of here. I go to Costco and I'm just like, I don't even want to look at the clothes. It's traumatic. Yeah, so I don't understand that whole thing. My dad never came shopping with us. My dad had to. My mom didn't drive. Do we have the same dad? Oh, dark hearts. You poor bastard. Poor bastard. Dude, I got a great story. Ready? Playboy Mansion. I was at the Playboy Mansion. I swear to God, this is a true story. This is, Joe, this is the stuff that I'm talking about, right? On the counter. Teenage girls, by the way. They were 16, 17 years old working at the mall. My dad did that. I went to the Playboy Mansion. And you're like, what the hell? Why are you doing it at the Playboy Mansion? Because Leisure Suit Larry had a game. And I think it was Electronic Arts. It was Electronic Arts. Got access to it. It was like part of their PR push. So I went to the Playboy Mansion. So I have that story. You know what? It was the greatest experience of my life. Why? Because dark arts, you'll enjoy this. Was it, oh my gosh, girls in bunny outfits going around? No. They did have an experience where they had these security guards come out and circle around the pool, just like, like in Akira where they're just blocking the pool area. And then after they were all in place, the girls came out, they're like, oh my gosh, these just almost Girls Gone Wild type situation where they're like, oh my gosh, we're jumping in the pool. And they took their bikini tops off and jumped in the pool. And then shortly thereafter, these young 17 to 21-year-old just hard bodies, guys come out and they're like, whoa, and they jump in the pool too. And then the security guards are like, don't anybody think about jumping in that fucking pool with them. Like it was just a show, right? Like, but here's the thing. Here's the best part of the Playboy Mansion. Because here's my impersonation of being at the Playboy Mansion. Every person there, it's 30-year-old, it's like imagine 30 to 35, 30 to 40-year-old guy. 30 to 40-year-old guy. Every one of them doing this. Hey, Dad, guess where I am? You're not going to believe it. All of them trying to get their dad's approval on the phone. It was so embarrassing. Like, they knew that their dads would be impressed with them being in the Playboy Mansion. I'm like, this is so pathetic on so many levels. Now, here's the thing. At the Playboy Mansion, I went to the pool room, like it's a pool, like billiards room, and they had a bunch of arcade machines. I spent the entire time in the arcade machine room. That was the coolest freaking place. But I can guarantee you, it was set up just for that event. Like, they do not have those arcade games in the... So, yeah. The other thing I remember is the electronic arts rep was a girl. Her name was Ellen Huss. She was probably 45, 50 years old. She was not at all happy. And so I'm like, wow, this sucks for you. I am so sorry that you had to do this. She's like, do this and get it over with. She was so freaking angry. So my dad had to go shopping with us, Joe, because my mom never drove. She never drove. She still doesn't drive. She doesn't drive a golf cart. She's worried that she's going to have a seizure and she's going to drive into an alligator pit or something. I'm like, Mom, if you're going to drive into an alligator pit, it's because you turned your back on me and I knocked you out and threw you into it. Did you see any CIA? No, I did not. I did not see Bill Cosby drugging anybody. I did not see Shel Silverstein trying to hit on multiple women at the same time. I did not see any of those things. I was in with a bunch of 35 to 55-year-old executives in the games industry, the uncoolest people you can ever imagine. The people that were saying like, my friends ain't going to believe this, that I saw the Playboy Man. I'm like, your friends are pathetic. Oh my God, what a freaking pain in the ass I was. Oh, and also the drive to the Playboy Mansion was on a tour bus, like a guided tour bus. Seriously, this seemed like something they would do for elderly people. And I think that's who mainly went to the Playboy Mansion, where old people are like, this is a lifelong dream. So they just got a tour bus that would take them up to the grotto thing. I'm like, yes, we're going to go see all of the people at the, what is it called? The center where they put people before they die, the hospice. We're going to the hospice house. That's amazing. Did you, her and I used to walk the mall to get, her and one, is everything okay with you, Joe? Everything's fine, right? It said her and one. Oh, her and I used to walk to the mall. Okay, I thought, you were mom and her. Yeah, okay, got it. To take out, yeah. Everybody's dad's got to go to the Playboy Mansion. It was not anything. And, the epilogue to that is that I brought that story up shortly after. Some of the comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. I just saw that. Classic. I got back from that trip, and probably 3 years later, I'm at an event with my wife, by the way. And I bring up, someone was like, oh, Neil went to the Playboy Mansion, because it was a work function. Somebody's like, yeah, Neil went to the Playboy Mansion. And one of the housewives are like, what does your wife think about that? Like, she doesn't care. She's like, I can't believe you would do that. That is such a misogynist thing to do. And I'm like, it was not, she didn't even say misogynist. She said it was a sexist thing to do. And I'm like, okay, yeah, it was pretty, but I didn't do, like, it's nothing. She's like, I would never forgive my husband if he did that. I'm like, then you have a shitty relationship. I'm sorry. Like, if you can't figure, I cannot believe you went to the Playboy Mansion. I'm like, if your husband goes to the Playboy Mansion, is like, oh my God. You're like, that's your husband. That's who you married. And if you're denying him that, then you're both terrible for each other. My wife knew that I went there because I was the game thing. And I'm like, it's the thing I can say I was there. And I went there, whatever. She doesn't give a shit. I'm like, she could go to the Chippendale, like, what, a tree house. I have no idea what Chippendale says. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Because it's like, what's the... It's not like she's going to lose all inhibitions and rip her, be like, oh my God, this is what I've been waiting for my whole life. Community sex. Figured I would have known that by now, after years. Oh, well, what are you going to do? Anyways, I got to get up early and do animation because I blew it off all night. Thank you all for being here. Hey, Joe, it's been wonderful talking to you. Stone, thank you for being there. Dark, we've got a lot to talk about. You and I should go into therapy together. And Bankrupt Barry, I cannot wait to see the video tomorrow. Everybody go check out Bankrupt Barry's channel. It's right here. I'll do it. It's the last thing I do. Virginity is cool. This is Bankrupt Barry's channel. He cannot... Wait a minute. That was a great way to introduce you, Bankrupt. This is Bankrupt Barry's channel. Get over there. He's got 455 subscribers. He's awesome. He's got a video dropping tomorrow. Somebody you know might be in it. We never know. Love you too, Joe. Hey, everybody have a great night, all right? Thank you all for being here. See ya.